Oh, good morning, Mzansi. Welcome to it. It's Monday, and thank you for making the best decision of your life. And that's waking up with us right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Welcome to the magic.
Oh, yes, and lots of magic indeed. I mean, it is Monday, so I think today is one of those special days where you need an extra strong cup of coffee. But today on the show, we thought, why not catch up on all of the sporting highlights that took place, from the EPL, the clashes that took place, to the Women's FIFA World Cup, as well as, you know, we'll just bringing you all of those updates.
Yeah, there's so much I want to talk about, especially that new offside rule. Liverpool-Chelsea was a big one for me. I've got so many questions, but obviously we're going to dive into that in a bit. But there's so much more coming through, right?
Yes, and I'm so excited because South Africa, we have a brand new Miss South Africa, and this will be her exclusive first live TV interview, and that is Natasha Ubad. We are so proud of her. In fact, we are so proud of all of the ladies. But wow, congratulations, Natasha. That crown is yours.
Yeah, Times Square last night was popping off in Pretoria, and I think it was absolutely magic. What a result this was. But it doesn't stop there, because we also have entertainment, as always, just to get the energy ramped up this Monday and get you into the week. It's a stage duo of alter ego. So what are you waiting for, Mzansi? Stand by, strap yourself in, and enjoy the ride. And one person that's ready to say good morning, the G-Man himself. Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain, what a weekend. Good morning, guys. Good morning to you guys at home, my amazing crew. What a weekend. Of course, the FIFA Women's World Cup in film focus. I told you, 2023 is the year for women. Forget about Women's Month. This is your year. But we want to know, what was your weekend highlight? Was it the sport? Was it Miss SA? Well done, Natasha. Was it something deeply personal? We don't care. We want to be inspired by you this morning. What was the highlight of your weekend? We want to see vids. We want to see pics. We're going to be getting into some of the highlights from our weekend, and of course some celeb news as well. We're going to get a little bit spicy this morning and have a whole lot of fun, because that's how we want to kickstart our week, with energy and positivity. So give us a little bit of that, and we'll pour it back into your cup as well this morning. We got you for the next 3 hours, so let's start loading with a little bit of current affairs and of course some of those sporting highlights. We've got a lot to chew on, so let's buckle up and dive right in. Ryle's got those news headlines.
Oh, beautiful stuff, G-Man. Yes, 2 minutes past 6 is time for official duties. You ask for energy, well, here you have it. The Minister of Electricity, Kgosientsho Ramokgopa, says as renovation work on power stations is completed, there will be noticeable load shedding relief. Now, the minister gave his weekly briefing on the power crisis in Pretoria yesterday morning, and Ramokgopa said the energy availability factor is averaging 60%. Now, this is up from 48% in April. Now, he also said the planned maintenance would help build the resilience of the power stations and shore up supply capacity. Now, as SA enters warmer months with expected less power demand, Eskom plans to ramp up planned outages for maintenance. While sticking to national headlines, the Western Cape Department of Education says learner and teacher absence due to the taxi stay away over the past fortnight has been a setback for efforts to clear the backlog caused by the coronavirus pandemic. Now, during the height of the stay away in Cape Town, some 850,000 learners missed school. Now, the Provincial Minister of Education, David Mania, said the thousands of learners' private classes had also been cancelled due to the stay away. Now, he appealed to parents to ensure that their children attended school from today. Well, from our national headlines, let's head over to international news. Now, the Tanzanian High Court has dismissed a petition to prevent a United Arab Emirates company from running Tanzania's ports. Now, the petition had been filed by 4 Tanzanian business groups opposed to a 2022 deal between Tanzania and the UAE. Now, under the agreement, the Emirati logistics company, DP World, was to take over the management of some ports in Tanzania. But Tanzania's parliament approved the agreement on the 10th of June. But the deal drew criticism from several activists, citizens, and opposition politicians who saw it as a government selling off their country. Well, sticking to international headlines right now, the following reports, especially for our younger viewers. Please never do what an 8-year-old boy, a huge fan of SpiderMan, did in Bolivia. Now, he found an extremely poisonous black widow spider under a rock and allowed it to bite him. Now, this to become his hero, SpiderMan. Now, after hours of agony, enduring body aches and muscle spasms, his mom rushed him to the hospital. They admitted to pediatricians that he'd got the spider to bite him to become like his hero, SpiderMan. Fortunately, his life was saved, but it was very close. Now, a lot of excitement this weekend, of course, one being that official crown. Now, 25-year-old Natasha Yobert from Gauteng has been crowned Miss South Africa 2023 at the glittering event in Times Square, Pretoria. Now, 7 young women vied for the crown called Moana, the Tree of Life, and 26-year-old Brioni Governor, also from Gauteng, was crowned first runner-up, and 25-year-old Nandi Mabala from the Western Cape was crowned second runner-up. Now, Yobert is a BCom marketing graduate who has made quite a name for herself in the field of dress design. Now, it was the first Miss SA pageant for which married women and mothers could enter. More on that, of course, in a bit, but for now, let's carry on with the headlines. And here's the G-Man with the latest when it comes to all things sport.
Au revoir, gents. They're on their way. The Springboks departed from OR Tambo on Saturday, determined to make us proud and defend their World Cup title in France. So up first for our boys will be 2 warm-up matches against Wales. That's on the 19th, and pretty good warm-up with them. And then, of course, the All Blacks on the 25th. Doesn't get much more of a test than that. The opening match at RWC is up against Scotland in Marseille. And that's Sunday, the 10th of September, just around the corner. And then it'll be followed by pool matches up against Romania in Bordeaux. That's on the 17th of September. Then Ireland in Paris, major test on the 23rd. And then Tonga, possible hoodoo side in Marseille on the 1st of next month, or the month after that, in October rather. Now, staying with rugby news, and this very much can affect England's World Cup campaign. Their captain, Owen Farrell, now faces a verdict tomorrow about his availability for the Rugby World Cup opener up against Argentina. So he was shown a red card in their warm-up match up against Wales for his shoulder-led hit. One of a few we've seen before, and that was on Taint Basham's head. Now, the bunker review system was kicked in, and it escalated his punishment from a yellow to red during their 1917 victory at Twickenham over the weekend. And a video disciplinary hearing is set for tomorrow, and that'll decide the extent of his suspension. So we'll certainly watch that space. Now we move to football. The final 4 of the FIFA Women's World Cup have been determined. Spain secured a historic outcome, defeating a very strong Netherlands team, favourites, I think, 2-1 in extra time. Then Sweden advanced as well, overcoming Japan 2-1. Then co-hosts, the Matildas, they staged a remarkable penalty shootout, showing some nerve, triumphing 7-6 over France to reach their inaugural semi-finals. Major achievement there. And England, of course, they needed to rally, show some real strength, coming from a goal behind to beat Colombia 2-1. Now we will see Spain taking on Sweden tomorrow at 10 a.m, while Australia will clash against England on Wednesday at 12 p.m. And we stay with footballing news in the UK now. New Chelsea boss Mauricio Pochettino, he watched his revamped squad hold Liverpool to a 1-1 draw in their opening game of the EPL. Not without a little bit of spice and some disallowed goals. It was Luis Diaz who opened his scoring in the 18th minute before Chelsea's Axel Disasi equalised in the 37th minute. The game could have gone either way, both teams having a goal disallowed. Some really interesting results and permutations in our first weekend of the EPL. And of course, Lorenzo Darius has stepped in to take us through all of that and our FIFA action. So stick around right now. Start of a brand new week. Let's see what the weather has in store.
Thank you, Graham. And we start off with the SA Weather Services that issued 2 warnings. A yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds, resulting in localized damage to property and localized disruptions to travel routes expected along the western Lesotho border in the southern Free State, as well as over the Senqu, Sikusizwe, Ilundi, Matitile, as well as the Umzimvuba local municipalities in the Eastern Cape. And extremely high fire danger conditions, which are expected over the eastern parts of the Northern Cape, southwestern parts of the Northwest, as well as central and western parts of the Free State. Let's get into your temperatures for today, starting off in Polokwane. A low of 9 with a high of 28. A sunny day for Mbombela, 15 with a high of 32. Pretoria, 12, 26. Johannesburg, 11, 24. Mahikeng, 9 with a high of 29. Klerksdorp, 8, 28. Kimberley, 2 with a high of 26. Bloemfontein, a cool start of -1 with a high of 25. Richards Bay, 17, 27. Pietermaritzburg, 12, 24. If you're in Durban, 17 is your low, 23 your high. Mthatha, 9 with a high of 19 and some rain. East London, 11-18. Craddock, 5-21. If you're in Kapecha, your low is 11, your high 18. Rainy conditions for George, 7 with a high of 13. Cape Town, 9, reaching a high of 15. Worcester, 3-14. Sutherland, -2 and a high of 11. And Uppington, your low for today is 4 and your high 25 degrees Celsius. Those are your temperatures for your Monday morning. Let's take a look at your sunrise view. Starting off in Pinetown. Lilith shared this one. What a magnificent view, as you can see the sun rising in the distance. Paul in Toast River is looking up at the sky and look at those fluffy clouds. Joe in Amanzimtoti is overlooking this gorgeous view from her apartment and shared this photo with us. And look at this one from Durban. In fact, this one was sent in by Derek, also giving us a very excited look of what the day has in store. Well, if you have a good morning photo to share with us, we would love to see it. Our number is 063 408 8863.
Thank you so much, Mzansi, for that. And, of course, Zoe for reporting on all things weather this morning and getting us geared up for the day. Now, I think let's make it a party, right? Let's do exactly that. And you don't go anywhere because we're going to turn things up right after this. We're talking about all the crazy party memories from the crazy store. And on top of that, also finding out from you what you got up to this weekend. And maybe we'll actually chat with some of the presenters to find out exactly what went down. So share your memories with us. Share some of the chaos this weekend. And let's make this a Monday to remember. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you after this.
Now you can generously give a voice to Storytime. Visit our library of homegrown audio stories at cadbury.co.za.
It's my feel-good show.
Yes, that's the Feel Good Breakfast Show. Welcome to Monday. The best decision you've made was waking up and choosing us. And, we're going to serve you right now this morning. And exactly that is what we're all about. It's about the excitement. It's about the chaos and maybe what you got up to this weekend, right? So we're going to ask exactly that. Obviously, we asked you on social media, but before we even dive into some of the comments that have come through, I want to find out from these beautiful souls what they might have gotten up to this weekend. So was it a goodie, guys?
Oh, it was a lovely one. We went off to Durban for a friend's wedding.
Ooh, nice.
And it's just, I think now that we are in the process of finalizing our
In the
details,
season, eh?
it hits differently going to someone's wedding because you're like, oh my word, the next time I go to a wedding, it's going to be mine.
Could be
Do you
yours,
often
yeah.
find yourself also taking like last minute notes, like, oh, I love this, I'm gonna add this in, or like,
Fail.
that's
Fail.
a no.
No, not at all. I think we have our idea of how we want our big
Yeah,
day
okay.
to be,
All right.
but it was just such a party. We were dancing until like the DJ packed up. It
Yeah.
was one
Oh,
of those
nice.
evenings.
Okay.
But it was just, I was like, oh, I want everyone at our, I nearly said birthday.
It is of sorts. It is kind of a rebirth day, I suppose.
I want people to dance as much as they did. Yeah.
And the rule is, hey, you guys have got to be there until the end, eh? I'm
Yes.
all about that wedding couple dancing. You do the
they've gotta
last
be the
dance,
I
yo.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, man. Come on, you've got to do it.
Yourself, G?
Oh, it was amazing. So my little man fought in his first little karate tournament within his school, and they did
nice.
it so well.
Yeah.
They did it so well. I don't know if they've got that video, but his team won on the day.
Oh, there we go.
It was incredible. So I can show so little of it because there's a whole lot of people's kids there, but that's him walking up to go do his first little fight. He was by far the tiniest kid there, but his spirit was amazing, and of course he got a gold
no way.
medal. Well, his team got a gold medal, so his whole little, and they were called the Slicing Onions.
Oh, wow.
Because we'll make you cry.
We make you cry.
It was absolutely brilliant, but just the whole tournament was amazing, how he carried himself in victory and defeat, and he was under so much pressure in his last fight, but to him and Mackay, who he fought in the final, were just both amazing, absolutely amazing. And I've got a shout out to the girls that fought in that tournament.
Oh, yeah?
Because it was mixed, eh? It was boys against girls, everyone was and they were
love that.
amazing. That was the best Women's Day kind of vote of confidence I've ever seen. I promise you, it's Women's Year. It's Women's Year.
I'm here for that,
but
man.
my little man did me so proud. He was just he was so gracious in defeat and in victory, and it was just awesome.
I was going to ask you, why is that left
So
pick so
talented.
much bigger? It's obviously the pride
Oh,
just bursting
buddy,
out of
I'm a
that thing,
problem,
right?
eh? I'm a problem. And because I'm holding the phone, all you hear is my voice. And everyone's like, dude, you're going to have to calm down. I'm like, wow, I don't think I can.
No, I'm not going to do that now.
Never, but yeah, really proud of all of them. And you, buddy, how did it...
Yeah, man, it was a weird, different weekend for me. Normally, I'm out in the mountain doing adventures, but life-saving season's starting soon.
yeah.
So I got an opportunity to educate some of the kids on the beach. We've got this new company we started. So it's just getting people coordinated, getting their discipline, getting them drowning ready or drown safe. As well. So it was really awesome to work with the youth, see where the skills are at. We had boys and girls again. So again, it's great to see girls are in the sport of life.
Yes.
Girls are in sport. They look at getting their bodies geared up. So it was really cool working with kids and connecting with them. So that was just a lot of fun and lots of movement this weekend. We've got some Saturday planners with our classes as well. So we're just encouraging movement all around. So it was a great flip on the weekend. Instead of me doing the movement, I was the one encouraging it and enforcing it. So I loved that. It was a great opportunity. Look at this turnout on Saturday.
I was going to say,
cool is that?
summer body is here. Clearly,
man.
it's
So
kicked in.
This is
man.
our space that we got. It's a beautiful place
And
underneath the
it's
mountain. I'm hoping
stunning.
to just get more people to just move, enjoy their bodies, and yeah, more of this, please.
Well done, buddy. And saving lives in the process, and thank you so much for that. I think with the life-saving stuff, it's a given.
It is.
You know that if you can teach a child how to swim and prepare them, they are safe for the rest of their life.
100%. I've got to share one moment. This is like my pride moment for my feet. I almost got my toes like close to the edge of the board. It's called like hanging your toes in the nose. I think
Oh,
it's a video
really?
Of this. Check it out. We had so much fun this weekend. This is like a new spot in False Bay Coastline. I'm apparently not allowed to say where this is.
Okay,
It's like
go.
So they're
surfing code.
hidden.
No,
No,
don't.
I can't say anything. But it was phenomenal. Just playing around, having fun. The mist had just fallen away on Friday. So this was just absolute bliss.
Are you going on board, dude? Are you going to be that guy? Are you going to be boarding on the nose of a board in
I'm
Hawaii?
twinkling toes, bro.
Yeah.
That's me.
That's okay, buddy. That's
But bro, our cameraman Shawnee has just been guiding me in such cool spaces and places, and I'm really grateful for him showing me a spot like this too. So yeah, it was a great weekend, man.
corrupted you, dude.
He's corrupted me.
Don't be fooled. He's corrupting you.
But I think, guys, look, enough about us. I think it's time to find out from Mzansi. Obviously, what did you get up to this weekend? We shared our side. It's your turn now. Obviously, you want to know about all your highlights, share any pics or anything that you have with us, and use that hashtag Expresso Show because we'd love to dive into your gears and your energy and share that with Mzansi and get some kind of that energy going. I think I'm here for that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So it looks like you've come through already. First up this morning,
Boom.
and we've got Kitligile Witty Lebethe. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but my weekend was super great. Had so much fun. And it looks like
the
you were at a
friends.
Joel or a car party or something. I
Yeah,
don't know what
big
it is.
lights, big city. Awesome.
Yeah, for it. We got more comments coming through, of course. We'll keep it scrolling. Oh, you guys have really had a great weekend. Who's this by?
Painted kindness, and that's Pat Anderson. Painted kindness pebbles to leave around a mamsum toti.
Oh,
Thank you for doing that.
What are
My
these things?
kids find them. It's the coolest thing. You just, I mean, this has obviously got a purpose behind it where it's a kindness message. It's something that's going to make people feel great. We leave them all over forests as well.
you just
Little
pick it up
painted
and
rocks
some-
for your kids to find, little Spider-Man rock or a ladybug. Or, but putting a message
cute.
there is really powerful. And it means so much to the people who find them. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You
That's
actually
great,
never
man.
know how much that message is actually going to hit home.
Yeah.
The comments keep coming through.
Josephine Pickstone says, good morning, Expresso family. Happy Monday. Had a family braai yesterday. Nice and relaxing, and then making us jealous with
Oh, you gotta play this.
incredible
Oh,
Video.
no, don't do
Video.
that. No, it's offsides.
Is there sound?
Oh, that's... If I hear that sizzling, it's off. That's a red card, eh? You're off.
Challenging our kitchen team there to the perfect char and grill and some
Don't understand. I literally heard my stomach just go through our sound system. Josephine,
I love
come
it.
on.
Look, the comments keep coming through. We got another one here. It's Heather Voigt who said, good morning, my weekend was great. God is good. Preparing my sister off to America. Safe trip, please. Ooh.
She looks beautiful.
They look like twins.
I love that. So obviously sending your sister off. I'm going to be sending my favorite presenters off as well.
Not to America. We're just going to have a little bit of fun.
Love to go to America.
Some more crazy things to do. But again, Mzansi, keep the comments coming through. We absolutely love seeing what you got up to this weekend. Look how happy and excited it's making us. And we got time for one more. So let's check out Motapo Monkey, who said, my weekend was well spent with my kids. Oh, I love this. 3 kids in the picture. It looks like you're all dressed up for the weekend, and I'm loving it. The energy, the gears is perfect for it. So Mzansi, thank you so much for coming through. We're going to keep this going right throughout the show. We're going to keep this energy aloof and right there where we need it to be. And this is how we do Mondays. So, of course, keep coming through, keep sharing those videos and pictures, and we'll be right back at you. For now, though, let's get a little bit crazy.
26 years of crazy moments and some pretty exciting surprises. That's right. It's our favorite go-to stores birthday. They get to celebrate this time, and with over 2.5 decades of bringing us, let's be honest, the coolest and the most affordable, accessible party products, undoubtedly, we thought we'd celebrate. So we've got a fun-filled setup ready with balloons. We've got sweets. Some sweets are still left, Zoe. We've got treats and more. This morning, we are going to show you guys how you can achieve this party setup at home. And as we do this, we can reminisce just a little bit. I was blessed with the most amazing mom when it came to themed parties. Like different level. Honestly, I think she has created the best birthday parties of my generation throughout the year. So, Mom, thank you as well. Let's get packing, guys, as you start informing. But, Carl, I'm going to start with you, seeing as you look so pretty today. Do you have a birthday memory that stands out? What was the coolest party you got to have yourself?
Sure, it was my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle party.
Oh,
It was like I remember, and I have all of the pictures. I know that it was a wonderful. I think I turned 5.
Okay.
It was one of the most amazing parties ever. I remember everything from the cake to the decor, and I mean that's the cool thing is that you go to the crazy store and you're thinking, what shall we do theme-wise? And you can put things together because sometimes the generic stuff they fit into whatever theme you can think of. So I'm hoping that for my 40th. I can do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle party again.
They brought the movie back for you.
That's
dude.
correct.
They brought
exactly.
it back.
So I think that was the best memory.
I'm starting to put some sweets in before Zoe eats all of them.
Oh.
Just
Okay, I
get
really
going.
like sour sweets,
Yes,
so if
clearly.
you don't mind, I'm not going to share these ones, but you guys can have those.
Wow, thank you.
Wow, that was the
never
nicest
knew there
we've
was
been
a-
let down. Like, I love it. But Zozo, do you have a party that stands out in memory?
For me, it was always, I think my 6th birthday party was one of the best birthday parties. I went through a bit of a tomboy phase, and you know that boat that used to be outside Grand West? It used to be in the harbour, and I had my 6th birthday party on that boat, and it was a pirate's birthday party. And I just remember as kids, we had to lay on the cannons and they'll blow a whistle. And then if there were 7 kids, there were only 6 treats. And obviously being the birthday girl, I was the slowest to get there. So I was out round 1. So that sticks out to me. And my 18th birthday party was quite a fun one. The theme was dress to shock your mom.
And did you shock your mum, Smerily?
I went as an angel.
And was that a shock?
Yeah. Of course it was.
Now we are getting the dirt.
It was, yeah, that's the
Now
problem.
we are getting the dirt. Have any of your sweets actually made it into your box, or in the
don't
mouth?
I've got my box here. Okay, I'll share the sour sweets.
Oh,
Who
no,
wants
Zoe,
this? I
they're
can have
yours,
some
girl.
of
You've
yours.
earned them. You've absolutely earned them. We obviously are spoiled for choice for the things that we can put inside our party boxes. And as Carl said, you can make them quite bespoke. You can fill them with goodies. You've got small toys. They've got some amazing, cute little toys, treats, even some games. I think the sweets is where the party comes into, and so, never mind the designs on the boxes. What are you
hand me the
looking for, my
fangs,
friend?
please.
The fangs.
So
Got it, buddy.
cute.
That is absolutely gorgeous. But we have got every kind of flavour factory
And you
gummy
personalise it.
sweets. Yeah, and you can write every person's name on it as well. I love that. And these are crowd pleasers, clearly. Take a look at that. He's so
Where are the vampires?
I didn't know the camera was on me. Sorry.
There we go. You can do it. You can do it. You'd actually...
Sorry.
So you've got a flavour for every kind of personality, a shape for every kind of personality, and the Flavour Factory range is also halal friendly, if you need to know, made locally with fruit juice and tartrazine free. Talk about ticking the boxes. Do you even know how to shoot that
Nah,
thing? Don't
I'm dying. I'll do it at the end.
Okay,
How's that?
okay, at the end. And then, of course, if you need to get dressed up, as Carl definitely does, you can take your birthday party to the next level of fun and imagination with some amazing dress-up. So, parents, okay, you have an obligation to get involved as well. Grab some costumes for your little ones and for yourself. But the best part is you get them to enter into a different world. They can become characters. And then, of course, the helium balloons, they are a staple at every birthday party. You can use them to decorate the party area. Use them for around chairs and tables, even to announce where your house is if people are coming over. They float around freely, adding some extra touch of magic. Kids can play with them. So can we raise a glass to all of the amazing moms and dads creating incredible party memories, and to 26 years. Oh, I want to see this. 26 years of absolute craziness, courtesy of the Crazy Store. I love it. I think we're all winning this birthday.
This is so awesome. I haven't had a party like this in a while.
And the fun does not end here. Why? Because, yes, as we've said, it's the Crazy Store's 26th birthday, and the fun keeps on coming with some crazy deals. So from the 14th to the 20th of this month, of August, you can enjoy 20% off. That's a massive discount on all party items at all stores nationwide. But wait, there's more.
There's
They're just like
more.
the gummies in this bowl. Get ready to win big with a chance to grab your share of 100,000 Rand. Oh, that is a lot. So 5 lucky winners are each going to pocket 20,000 Rand in cash over the next 5 weeks. Please do not miss out on this. Get over to your nearest Crazy Store, find out how you can enter, and then get crazy with these savings and these incredible prizes. And you can find all those terms and conditions that do apply. I think we are ready to celebrate 26 years of craziness.
Are we doing this?
3, 2, 1, go. Yay! Happy birthday! Oh, that is so cool. Woo!
Yeah, we have to
I
keep
am
this
the
up
king.
now.
Whoever you are, whatever you need, you'll find great value for the whole family at the Crazy Store. So duck into a store near you and be surprised.
Ah, come on, y'all are crazy. But the crazy doesn't stop there, of course. This crazy man is out here talking about what? The EPL, of course, right?
EPL all the way. Rookie's not doing too well this weekend. But City coming out. Is Haaland going to get 40 goals this season?
I think it's going to be 50 the way this man started. Looks like absolute fire, but the banter will continue with this man. And then, of course, our health, our wellness, the box is massively ticked with this beautiful soul. Look at this, the one and only Nomvula Kuzwayo standing by to serve us. We're chatting exercise, mental health, and everything you need for this Monday morning. So we got you, Mzansi. Don't go anywhere.
It's my feel good.
Oh, welcome back. Take a deep breath. Let's talk. Let's talk some footy, shall we? One has come and Harry Kane is gone. Okay, that's the last time I'm probably going to say his name this season, or maybe ever again. Well, in their title defense opener, of course, Man City just looked like the champions, dominated with a 3-0 victory against newcomers Burnley. Back in the fold, Arsenal kicked off their Premier League campaign triumphantly, overcoming Nottingham Forest 2-1. Then Alexander Isak's brace fueled Newcastle's 5-1 win over Aston Villa, picking up where they left off. Despite Moises Caicedo's absence, Brighton cruising to a 4-1 victory against debutants Luton Town. They're going to have a tough one, I think. Here to chat more about the start of the EPL, Good Hope FM Sports anchor Lorenzo Dares. Welcome, buddy.
Thanks, man.
It's difficult to know where to start.
Yeah.
So maybe we start on the newcomers.
Yes.
On Luton Town, Burnley, Sheffield.
Yeah.
They were given a taste of the
Yes,
Premier
they were.
League. Yeah, welcome, boys. Welcome
Yes,
up.
yeah.
What do you make of... I don't really want to call them minnows, because if you're playing in the Premier League, you're not a minnow team.
Yeah, you're not.
But you're up against some composite teams of the best international players in the world. Are they going to be able to stand up? In particular, Luton Town.
Yeah, Luton coming from the 5th tier all the way up. I'm a bit worried about them with that first game that I watched, and I was like, they looked completely lost. But I think that's what also happens on your first game. It's overwhelming. You've never played, you know, in a tournament like this before. Championship, a different beast is on its own, because everyone's struggling to get up. Burnley and Sheffield, they've played in the Premier League. But when you're starting off against the defending champions, then, you know, and you've got guys that you've played with and played for, in means of Vincent Kompany. Like, he knew what was happening, so I think he took it easy with his team. But we have to take our hats off for Lau Foster as well. You know, a South African that's showing that you can make it in the Premier League. You can take the champions all the way to the end.
And we're here for that. We're here for those Cinderella stories. And don't count anyone out, because these teams have built a culture of winning to get there, and they believe in themselves. One man probably has more self-belief than any other human being on earth, Erling Haaland. 36 Premier League goals only last season. Okay, one man. One man. Reminding you, probably going to get about 50 this season.
Yeah.
Can you see anybody standing in the way of City this year and Erling Haaland? Because he is a big part of their success.
Yeah, I know
the
he
rest
is.
of that team looks amazing, and they don't look like they've tracked back at all.
Not at all. No. Firstly, I'm going to say it again. You said it would be the last time that you'd say it. So Harry Kane was close to him with just 6 goals, right?
Daniel Levy, what are you doing, bro?
One of those things that happens, you need to make your money somewhere.
Yeah,
but I think with Erling, I think he scored about 1 point, either 1.3 or 1.0.
I love the self-belief in this team, the style of footy that they play. Is this going to be their year? Are they going to do it? Was last year kind of their closest they're going to come, and we can write them off?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yes, they were Christmas champions. Everyone calling them out for that. You being at the top. But now they've learnt, I think, or at least I hope they've learned from a psychological point. They've taken it all the way to the end. They couldn't finish the last stretch of it. Now, Mikel Arteta's
terrified. They were getting absolutely slaughtered.
Yes.
They showed some mettle, a couple of disallowed goals. That's what you want out of a season opener for Liverpool and Chelsea. I mean, shots fired. Both teams look pretty strong.
Yes, they did. 7th game that they've played to a draw. Like, it's like we called it before the time. We were like, oh, something's going to happen, or it might not. And that is what happened again. I feel that Chelsea, under his guidance, he's a tactician.
Yeah.
They showed something in that second half that we haven't seen in 12th place Chelsea last season.
Oh, for sure.
We did not see that last season. And if that goes, if that is an indication of where this team is at the moment under his guidance, we should all be scared.
Be scared, be scared. Likewise, if you've been watching the Australian Football League, Ange Postecoglou, tell me who he is, please. Can anybody tell me who Tottenham's coach actually is? I mean that with all due respect. Now, it's going to be an amazing EPL, so wherever your allegiances lie, buckle up, baby. It's going to be an absolute stelling ride. Then, of course, we've got the FIFA Women's World Cup to get into. That's what we're going to be chatting around next. There are only 4 teams left. We'll delve into that in just a moment.
Oh, yes, Sterling, Stella, all the things with an S. It is happening right here on your Monday morning.
Oh, well, it is Monday, and we want to give you all the motivation that you need. And joining us this morning is fitness influencer and trainer, Nomvula Kuswayo, a.k.a. also known as Rain Queen. Now, she started out as an amateur Zumba trainer at UCT and led a running group called Catch Me If You Can. How amazing.
Now, since then, she has also partnered with Sarah several health, fitness, and beauty brands, earned a degree in psychology, and is an ambassador for Trifocus Fitness Academy. And she's aiming to encourage women to challenge the stereotypes of their capabilities, embrace self-love, and educate others on the importance of physical and mental health. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only. Yay, yay, yay!
I love that you call yourself Rain Queen.
Yeah. Where's that come from?
So Rain Queen is actually a direct translation of my Zulu name, Nomvula.
Nice.
Because I often get a lot of questions about, I used to get questions about what my name means. And I used to, you know, we use those random handles on our social media. And I was like, I don't want to do that because people do ask you about what your handle means. So it's like, why not just use a name that has so much meaning to me, which is my name.
That is perfect. And that is absolutely perfect.
So fitting right now because you're literally raining down good vibes, good vibrations on everybody. So this is your work.
Yeah.
Talk to us about this journey though. How did it all start? I know for many of us, just even getting into exercising can be frustrating, right?
Yeah.
How did you get to this point where it is a part of your life, it is a part of your being, and you're sharing this with the world as well?
Yeah. So my journey is in two parts. So growing up, I've always loved dancing. If anyone has ever gone to my social media, they'll see a lot of dancing videos. I just love music. I love dancing. But when I got to my first year of the University of Cape Town, I was the first person in my family to make it to university.
Oh.
And in that same year, my now late sister was in a coma. Right, so she got into a coma a few months into my first year. So for me to cope, because I was in Cape Town, my family's based in Durban.
No support system.
For me to cope, I used to just, after my classes, I used to just put on my earphones and just go for a run for as long as I could. And for me, funny enough, I didn't even know, it was my first year in psychology, I didn't even know the importance of exercise on your mental health. I just did it because it felt good to me.
Yeah.
So because I got to see the results of what it was like dealing with, you know, my sister being sick and coping with school because I had to adjust to so much. I had never touched a computer until my first year of university.
No way.
Exactly. So it was a lot. It was overwhelming. And at the time, I didn't know how to talk about stuff. So just going for a run for as long as I could, that's how I used to cope with it. So that's how I got into it. For me, it just felt like the most natural thing to do. It was never about body goals. It was never about running the fastest, you know, distance or the longest distance. It just was about my mental health.
It is incredible. And now that you've, excuse me, conquered your psychology degree, I think you can now also talk from an academic background, the importance of health and fitness and eating healthy and putting your fitness and your mental health first.
Yes. So a lot of people, when they think of the brain and the body, they usually separate it as if it's not in one body.
Yeah.
I learned quite a lot of things, especially when it comes to our diet and how that can affect literally how you feel, your energy levels. For example, if you think of just a Christmas morning where or Christmas lunch where you eat all you can eat, you know? You can immediately feel how tired you feel, you know, after eating all that food and dessert and all of that. Not saying anything's wrong with that because I like to indulge, but just a small example of how food can affect your energy levels and just how you feel, your motivation to do anything. So if you were to eat like that or eat the kind of foods that make you feel sluggish like that every day, you don't have the capacity or the energy to sort of take on the day or have the energy to do a lot of things. And then also in terms of exercise and not being an active person and not going outside, that does tend to affect your mental health. If I can use an example, just after working out or going for a run, immediately I feel so good. I feel so light. That's why I always say, even to my partner, you'll never regret working out. Yeah. You know, as much as you think about it, oh my gosh, it's a lot of work. But afterwards, you're just like, I feel so accomplished. I feel so good. And that affects other parts of your life as well.
Oh, I love that. Look, it's so important, I think, for all of us to move and just to feel that feeling for once. You're someone that I definitely think is an inspiration, not only to just everybody in the country, but in the world too, that gets to even just taste, a bit of your energy. And I love the fact that you found this thing that you were running away from something, but within the run, you found it all. It's like such an irony to me. I love how this all gets encapsulated. And I think tonight there's a great moment that symbolizes all of this for you. The Insider essay, I think, is coming through. Is it tonight, I believe? Yes, tonight at 6 o'clock. That's on S3.
Yes.
What is happening? What can we expect from the show? Is there inspiration? Is it a dive into your life? What's happening on this?
I'm so honored to have even just be part of it on the Insider. I've loved and enjoyed the show. So what the viewers will get to see is a glimpse of my life. So apart from what people normally see on my social media, which is the fitness stuff, but they actually get to know me a little bit more. They get to see what I enjoy. You know, you're going to see later on that we're using a scooter on the promenade, just enjoying the outdoors, because that's really also a very important part of my life. And people get to know who I am, sort of like in a similar manner in how you just asked me questions about how it started. A lot of people don't know about me. And I get to invite the viewers into my home to see, you know, my space and what I enjoy outside of the fitness.
And how you make it rain.
And how I make it rain.
Well, you are the rain queen. You are incredible, and I'm so excited that you get to join us today. We'll also do a full body workout and, of course, catch her episode tonight on The Insider at 6 o'clock on S3.
Was that rain or pain? I'm not sure. Day is leg day, and Nomvula's going to ensure that we understand just how seriously she takes this wellness journey, and she's going to include us, which we are here for. Then, of course, there were only 4. The FIFA Women's World Cup is down to the semis. We chat about that in just a moment.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
Miss South Africa cannot fulfill her duty. Africa 2023. Ladies, the name that I'm about to read on this card will be the
It's my feel good.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked as we continue to talk sport. And what a year it's been. I'm calling it the year of women's sport. And the FIFA Women's World Cup has certainly been at the heart of that. The quarterfinals have concluded and we are left with only 4. Spain, Sweden, England and the Matildas, that's Australia, are going through to determine who will be crowned the best women's team in football. And that's on the 20th of August. And you had to chat a bit more about what has been a world-class World Cup, is our good hope FM sports anchor Lorenzo Daris. Incredible, buddy.
Yeah.
It's difficult to know where to begin because it feels like there has been such a level up in the interest, focus and support behind women's sport this year. I know the ladies have been performing like this for years, building up to this point. It's like we finally have cottoned on to just how good that top tier really can be. Only 4 are left. How are you feeling about the tournament?
Tournament, absolutely amazing.
Sure.
We've seen some teams that should be in the top 4, be knocked out in the group stages. But also the attendance has been magnificent. About 1.5 million tickets sold.
Wow.
I remember that FIFA had a whole fanfare for that ticket itself to a family and invited them to sit with the executive to watch the matches. Certain stadiums selling out at 72,000 fans, spectators, just
and that's TV money. That translates to TV money, which translates to professional structures within sport. Even translates to a little World Cup bid on our part, but we won't get there too quickly.
Or bonuses.
No, we absolutely love the movement, but of course, let's talk Turkey. And for those 4 teams, all of this is just fluff. They've got to do the business on the field. We've got Spain, we've got Sweden, we've got England, we've got the Matildas. Let's focus on those first 2, Spain and Sweden. Spain play an amazing kind of football. I think Sweden, I expected them to be strong. They have been so slick.
So the thing is, the Swedes are a bit stronger, though, on those attacking things or game plans, and they've been really strong. Like, we've seen how they've played with intensity. But the Spanish, they've got the pace. And I'm thinking that Spain might just edge them. They feel like they've got the fire. I'm hoping that I'm not wrong, because I know you're going to call me out. but
it's what you said, because often there is a team that just has that X factor during a tournament. Their timeline works well. They build, they get tested at the right times, maybe taste a little defeat in the group stages in the right kind of way.
Then, just move in that right direction.
Completely, and it kicks at the right time. When you talk about a team kicking at the right time in uncharted waters now, the Matildas taking the opportunity in front of their home crowd in a penalty shootout. I think there is nothing worse in this world to put a sports star who's worked their entire life to get to a point than making them go and kick a penalty, to put their whole nation's hopes on their shoulders, but they did it. The Matildas are through. Just the fact that they are there, the self-belief has got to be through the roof. As much as England should have this one on Wednesday at midday, there is something in this Australian camp and the home crowd, sold-out home crowd advantage that we must be scared of.
Yeah, no, definitely. Co-hosts, and did not expect them to go all the way to the semi-finals. But I watched that penalty shootout against France, and I was on the edge of my seat, because it seems that it was there for the Matildas to take every time France had made a mistake, and then they would just come back. And then, you know, when my heart, you know, all the way. And I feel that what I don't like at the moment is that there's talks of Australia wanting to declare national holiday. I feel that they should wait until just wait a bit, just pump the brakes, pull it back.
There's something about chickens coming home to roost. Just wait, man, just wait. The fact that we've seen a bit of a shift in the balance of power. I think I expected European dominance. Africa put her hand up this year, which was fantastic. But this has been very different. Maybe South America has kind of stepped up on a different level. Not South America we thought, but it's been a different kind of tournament. What do you make of Europe's showing in this?
Look, at the moment, and you'll probably be able to see it on my face, with the way we're moving forward in the world at the moment, they should not have 11 teams that qualifies. There should be an equal opportunity for all the confederations to be able to put teams forward. For us to have over 50 countries in Africa and only 4 qualified, I feel that FIFA needs to do something different going forward, because we cannot have European dominance all the time. Yes, they're lucrative. You wait for
I was going to say, because this kind of that ratio kind of follows the money more than the talent.
But you could see the difference as well because of the amount of money that gets invested in European football, where they are at the moment. We've got 3 European countries that are in the top 4. We had Colombia, Brazil were not there. So, yeah.
Sign of the times. And just very quickly, are we going to get the 2027 World Cup here in South Africa?
Early next year, we'll be getting a wonderful message from FIFA that we are hosting it. I think that we've got the infrastructure. We've shown that we deserve it. And Africa deserves, you know, the Women's World Cup as well.
Yeah.
You know, we've had it in 2010. We showed what we could do and what we can do. And again, we've got the infrastructure. We've got the backing of government, and we've got a team that if they get the National League, if they get that National League right, we'll be in the top 4.
Okay, so Lorenzo said it. Okay, we need a national professional league for women here, about 6 to 8 teams. That's all we're asking for. We want the World Cup here in 2027, and we want bonuses for our players. Done deal. But all the best of luck, whichever teams you are supporting in the quarterfinals or semi-finals of the FIFA Women's World Cup. We have not been disappointed. Enjoy.
Well, it's now to put the spotlight on doing a well-rounded workout, which will consist of strength, cardio, core, balance, stretching, and aerobic training. Now, most of us think about cardio and strength as the most important, but truthfully, all forms of training are equally as important for a well-rounded exercise routine. That way you can keep your body and your mind agile. Now, here to take us through some of those full body workout exercises is fitness influencer Nomvula, the Rain Queen. She is here, and I'm excited to do a full body workout with you.
Yeah, I'm excited too, and I really want everyone at home right now who is viewing this to actually get up if you're seated. Get up and join us, because this will be a quick one, but it will work your entire body. All right, so obviously you want to make sure that you're wearing comfortable clothes. I'm wearing my nice Under Armour tights and
you want to be all
you want to make sure you look good. So we're going to start off with a sort of like a warm-up exercise. Shoulder width apart, your feet are shoulder width apart or wider, depending on how comfortable you feel, right? So we're going to have our hands up. You're going to touch the floor and reach to the sky. So if you want to do an advanced version of this, you can touch the floor and then add a jump to it. But if you have some knee problems, maybe stay away from that one.
Okay.
So you're going to do that for a good 30 seconds just to get a nice warm-up. Engage your core, engage your glutes, and squeeze at the top. And you got it.
There we go.
All right, more of that. And then the next exercise we're going to do after that is a lunge coupled with a squat. A lunge coupled with a squat. We are entering into, you can keep going, we are entering into spring, summer, and I know a whole bunch of ladies that want to get that tush tight, so you want to do this.
We want the peach bottoms. We want the peaches.
Yes, you do on 15 seconds on one side, 15 seconds on the other side. You want to make sure you have balance on both legs. And down. There we go. Squat, down, and side.
Fantastic.
You got it. All right. So the next one, now we're going to get, you know, our blood
Heart rate up.
Heart rate up, yeah? So you're going to skip. You know, if you have a skipping rope at home, get your skipping rope involved. You're going to be skipping for 30 seconds. If you don't, let's make it more interesting. Add some shoulder press. Okay, 30 seconds.
And I love that these are all movements you can do at home. If you don't have equipment, there are alternatives.
Exactly.
We are skipping without our skipping rope.
Exactly. And if you want to take it up a notch, bring your knees up.
Bring the knees up.
Add your shoulder press. Yeah. How does that feel?
Your knees up. Good. I'm good. Good.
You're doing pretty good. Keep going, everyone. There we go. And now we're going to take it to the floor.
Okay.
If you have a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, that's okay. Just use the ground. We're pretty good. So we are now engaging our shoulders, our triceps. So this is a really good workout if you are a beginner or you're not good with weights, but you also want to work your upper body. Okay. So on your knees, you reach forward with your hands. Make sure that your hands are placed directly below your shoulders, all right? Then you pick up your knees, step back, and then you tap, opposite shoulder, opposite hand. There we go. Keep going. So what you want to make sure with here is that you don't twist your waist too much. You want to keep your core engaged at all times. How does that feel?
Feels good. I feel like I am rocking a little, so I definitely need to tighten my core.
Okay.
Oh.
There we go.
Nomvula, it's been amazing having you here. Thank you for showing us this quick full body workout.
You're welcome.
I know there is still so much more you would have loved to have shown me,
Yeah.
but this was just a teeny tiny taste. And of course, catch Nomvula tonight on the Insider essay on S3 at 6 p.m. You'll get an inside glimpse of what is behind the Reign Queen beyond just fitness. She's an incredible lady, and you do not want to miss out on that episode.
Massive thanks to the Reign Queen serving us and getting our Monday started, but it doesn't stop there. After this, we're going to chat about something interesting. I believe Megan Fox is releasing a book about all her exes, yeah. And after that, we're also going to dive straight into Joburg. Kukli is standing by to chat to the newly crowned Miss SA. Oh, I cannot wait. Don't go anywhere. See you after this.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back, your beauties. We have flown through the first hour. We've dived into the second. Alter Ego performing in just a moment. Stick around for that. But right now, let's get into those news and sporting headlines.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, it's just got 1 minute past the hour and it's time for national headlines. First up, now the BRICS Business Forum will meet in Sandton. That's Johannesburg today in preparation for the BRICS Leaders Summit later this month. Now, the forum aims to promote value-added exports, strengthen the inflow of foreign direct investment and introduce investment opportunities in South Africa. Now, the Director of International Operations in the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition, Paulina Mamogobo, says the main focus of the forum is to showcase the opportunities SA offers to its BRICS peers. Well, sticking to national headlines right now, the Minister of Electricity, Koscienso Ramokgopa, says as renovation work on power stations is completed, there will be noticeable load shedding relief. Now, the minister gave his weekly briefing on the power crisis in Pretoria yesterday. And Ramokgopa said the energy availability factor is averaging 60%, and that's up from 48% in April. Now, he said the planned maintenance would help build the resilience of the power stations and shore up supply capacity. Now, as South Africa enters warmer months with expected less power demand, Eskom plans to ramp up planned outages, all for maintenance. Now, from our national headlines, let's head over to international news. Now, 93 people have been confirmed dead in the Maui wildfire in Hawaii that razed the historic town of Lahaina, marking the most deadly U.S. fire in a century. Now, the number of victims could rise significantly, and this Hawaii Governor Josh Green warned on Saturday as forensic work continued to identify the victims. Now, hundreds remain unaccounted for, while hundreds of others fill shelters across Maui after fleeing the flames. Now, Green said in a quote, the fire will be the worst natural disaster that Hawaii had ever faced, unquote. Well, next up in our international headlines, the Tanzanian High Court has dismissed the petition to prevent a United Arab Emirates company from running Tanzania's ports. Now, the petition had been filed by 4 Tanzanian business groups opposed to a 2022 deal between Tanzania and the UAE. Now, under the agreement, the Emirati logistics company, DP World, was to take over the management of some ports in Tanzania. Now, Tanzania's parliament approved the agreement on the 10th of June, and the deal drew criticism from several activists, citizens, and opposition politicians who saw it as a government selling off their country. Now, in our show, you obviously got the opportunity to meet and chat with and move with Nomvulo Kuzwayo, and also about her journey, and that's involving exercise, physical and mental health. Now, we also are looking into some interesting facts right now and findings of a new study which state that fewer than 5,000 steps per day are all one needs to stay fit and healthy, whereas it's long been touted that 10,000 steps a day are the magic number you need. Now, the study says that the analysis of some 226,000 people around the world also showed that even just 4,000 steps would be sufficient to start reducing the risk of dying prematurely of any cause. Now, moreover, that just 2,300 steps are enough to benefit the heart and blood vessels. So, I guess with that note, start walking. I'll leave you with the rest of the headlines. Here's the G-Man and walking us through the latest when it comes to all things sport.
They were walking, then they were flying out of SA, baby. The Springboks departed from OR Tambo on Saturday to a massive send-off, determined to make Mzansi proud and, of course, defend their world title in France. So up first for our boys will be 2 warm-up matches. Great fixtures as well. What a test. Wales on the 19th. And then the All Blacks on the 25th. We love that. Then the opening match of the Rugby World Cup up against Scotland in Marseille, and that's Sunday the 10th of September. That'll be followed by pool matches against Romania. Don't know a huge amount about them. That's in Bordeaux on the 17th of September. Then Ireland, we know all about them. That's in Paris on the 23rd of September. And then in October, the 1st of October, a possible who decide in Tonga, and that's in Marseille. Now, speaking around the World Cup permutations, England have a new headache. England's captain, Owen Farrell, faces a verdict tomorrow about his availability for their Rugby World Cup opener up against Argentina. So he was shown a red card in their warm-up match up against Wales for his shoulder-led hit to Tane Basham's head. It was a tough one. Now, the bunker review system was kicked into effect, and it escalated his punishment from yellow to red during the 1917 victory at Twickenham, and it means a lot. So a video disciplinary hearing will be held tomorrow that will decide the extent of his suspension. Then we turn to football, and the final four of the FIFA Women's World Cup have been determined. Spain secured a historic outcome, defeating tournament favourites at this stage, Netherlands 2-1 in extra time. And Sweden advanced as well, overcoming Japan 2-1. Then co-hosts Australia staged a remarkable penalty shootout. Oh, it was tense, triumphing 7-6 over France to reach their inaugural semi-final. And then elsewhere, England rallied from a goal behind to beat a very spirited Colombia 2-1. So Spain will take on Sweden tomorrow at 10 a.m. Lorenzo saying that Spain have the edge there, while Australia, they'll clash with England on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Then we stay with footballing news, this time in the UK as the Premier League got up and running again. A new Chelsea boss, Maurizio Pochettino, he's back, and he watched his revamped squad hold Liverpool to a rather spicy 1-1 draw in their opening game of the EPL. Luis Diaz opening the scoring in the 18th minute before Chelsea's Axel Disasi equalised in the 37th minute. A couple of disallowed goals as well. The game could have gone either way with both teams having that goal disallowed, but a great opening weekend for the English Premier League. And that's where we leave our sporting highlights for now. We'll touch on them again at 8 o'clock. The roads should be waking up. Let's bring you the latest on the traffic front.
Thank you, Graham. Let's start off with traffic in Bedfordview, Gauteng. There's been an accident on the N3 northbound after Van Buren Road. The right lane is closed. Please exercise caution. And in Bellville, Cape Town, there's a vehicle broken down on the N1 inbound. It's after the ramp from Old Oak Road. The centre lane is closed. Expect delays. That's your traffic. Let's take another look at your weather. And with regards to waters, in fact, matters of water, we have a report this morning that the Sol Plaatje municipality in Kimberley in the Northern Cape says it has provided more than 100 water tanks and at least 37 water tankers that regularly will refill the tanks. This while work is underway to repair major water pipe leaks. Residents say they had to wait for hours yesterday morning with their empty buckets in the hope that water tankers would deliver water. The municipality started a 5-day water supply interruption on Wednesday evening to repair old and dilapidated water infrastructure. Municipal spokesperson Toko Riet says they had to replace taps on water tanks that had been vandalized and asked residents to report such incidents. The municipality indicated earlier that water supply would be restored by this evening. Let's take a look at your temperatures starting off in Polokwane. A low of 9 and a high of 28 can be expected. Mbombela 15.32. Pretoria 12.26, Johannesburg 11 with a high of 24. A sunny day in Mahikeng, 9's your low, 29 your high. Klerksdorp 8.28, Kimberley 2.26, Bloemfontein -1 with a high of 25. Richards Bay 17 reaching a high of 27. Pietermaritzburg 12.24, Durban 17 reaching a high of 23. If you're in Mthatha, 9's your low, 19 your high with some rain. East London 11.18, Craddock 5.21. Kabeja, your low is 11, your high 18. George, a rainy day with a low of 7, a high of 13. Cape Town 9, reaching a high of 15 degrees Celsius today. Worcester 3.14, Sutherland -2, 11. And Uppington, your low for today is 4. And your high 25 degrees Celsius. Well, those are your temperatures. Let's quickly take a look at your sunrise views. Janine is sharing her view while looking out at a slightly overcast sky in Brakpan. Arusha is in Centurion and shared this view with us. Look at those clouds in the sky. Nancy in Pennington is enjoying another walk, stepping onto the wooden bridge to enter the soft sand. And lastly, Bradley in GQ captured this view of the tree. What a beautiful ombre sky. That is a gorgeous image. Well, we would love to see your good morning views. Please share them with us. Our number is 063 408 8863.
Oh, we are very excited when women are doing amazing things for other women. And Candice Mudasile is about to, well, we'll give you the latest on an app that she's invested in for other women. It's for safety first, and it sounds amazing. We'll get into that and a whole lot of entertainment news. Then lest we forget, we have a brand new Miss South Africa. Natasha Joubert is amazing. She is such a wonderful human being and deserves this title. We'll connect with her in just a moment. Stick around.
Bespoke.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much for dialing it in at the start of a brand new week. Lots to take stock of. Of course, we want to find out what's been trending in the world of entertainment, and the celebs have been busy. We've got some very famous faces turning authors. We've had some hacked Instagram accounts, or have we? And then, of course, we've got some official royal titles. I know they've been kind of rolling around with those titles, but it's official. The Prince and Princess of Wales and. But welcome to the entertainment news.
Yeah, let's dive into it.
Let's dive straight into it. Megan Fox is adding a brand new title to her name, and that is author.
Okay.
She is releasing a book of poetry called Pretty Boys Are Poisonous. Ooh. Now, this is quite interesting because it's also got a very, I mean, she has basically announced and in fact had her whole life on social media. She's gone quite quiet after her engagement with Machine Gun Kelly. So I'm not sure if they're still engaged or not, but she said she is tired of years of silence and she is going to be exposing the secrets and sins of men through her poetry.
Completely, man. You can see a little excerpt that she shared there, and says these poems were written in an attempt to excuse the illness that had taken root in me because of my silence. I love that. I've spent my entire life keeping the secrets of men. My body aches from carrying the weight of their sins. My freedom lives in these pages, and I hope that my words can inspire others to take back their happiness and their identity by using their voice to illuminate what's been buried but not forgotten in the darkness. And this is intense. So what I've heard, it's funny, and I think she's got quite a wicked sense of humor, and that's kind of layered through, and it sounds like the poetry actually stands up, but she has dated some pretty famous faces along the times.
Are getting a little bit nervous after you.
They must.
Surely they must. I hope she doesn't tell them about it.
Absolutely crazy stuff. So yeah, I think watch that space, because there is more spice to follow.
Yeah, I'm actually very interested in that one. Now, there's something even more interesting and something that I think women are going to absolutely love in this country. Thank you for doing this. Candice Modesile has launched a safety app, and it is a love letter to women, as she refers to it. Now, I know that you can find out more information about this app, but it pretty much is sounding like an emergency button. Essentially, it's going to be able to dispatch any sort of emergency vehicles to the area that you're in without you even needing to answer the call.
Yeah, if you don't answer, they dispatch.
Yeah, literally.
Right.
So it's just like, it's a perfect thing for, I think, what's going on in our country right now. The fact that women are up against the most. I think with Women's Month, we've exposed how much is actually going on right now. So this is such a great opportunity to allow that extra feeling of safety, which is so needed for a woman in this country right now.
Completely, and I like the fact that she's an investor. And hopefully this is going to be hugely successful, and this is something born out of South African, what our very unique ecosystem in this space. Absolutely love it. If you go and check out her social media pages, you can take a look at how the whole thing plays out. And I would imagine a huge amount needs to be invested in the kind of research and development of something like this. But I've often thought that the big miss here in South Africa is just connecting the dots. It's data sharing. It's just making sure people are connected.
Create that network.
Yeah, completely. And then obviously getting help instantaneously. But I feel just safer looking at it. The fact that you have got South African women now being represented in this way at this point is awesome. Absolutely cool, man.
Absolutely, for it. Thank you so much for what we're doing, and I hope that this serves, I know it's going to serve an absolutely beneficial cause right now, but the continuation of the headlines carry on right now. Yeah, this is a crazy story, G.
Yeah, man, I try to wrap my head around this one because I didn't really like social media star or starlet Little Tay because of how she came in. Yeah, and I must say, like, I always look at social media thinking who I want my daughter to see and emulate as she grows older.
Yeah, who's inspiring her?
Flashing cash and promoting only the negative side of things. When I saw this, heard the story, I thought, oh, it's another stunt. It's because she's done things like this.
Oh, so you're calling out some fishy business?
But that made it even more traumatic because everyone assumed it was real because, like, okay, she's not going to play in this space. She hasn't done it, but it's now come through Meta that her account was supposedly hacked. Okay, she showed the difference between the woman who, supposedly was behind her account and what her actual name is, and so many things just point to this being another stunt because she has that track record. And as much as, and I'm sorry if I'm painting you with this brush, Little Tay, but this is what she's done. You might remember in 2018 she did something similar, calling out some pretty hectic things, abuse and all sorts of things in that space. You've just got to be so careful. But this, thank goodness, wasn't what we thought it was.
All right.
She wasn't, but you can imagine for her family phoning her, trying to figure out what's going on. Absolutely terrifying. So yeah, so all ends well. Little Tay is not dead. Apparently her account was hacked. Confirmed by Meta.
Well, final story for entertainment, of course. We're going to royalty. We're talking about Kate Middleton and Prince William. Now, they're getting a couple military titles from King Charles, and I know there's quite a bit of significance here. I was researching it to check out what exactly these titles are, and it's crazy to me. So So listen to this. Princess Catherine is officially the Commodore-in-Chief of the Fleet Air Arm, Colonel-in-Chief of the 1st Queen's Dragoon Guards, and Royal Honorary Air Commodore of Royal Air Force Coningsby. Now, the last title is particularly meaningful, apparently, for the Royal, whose grandfather, Captain Peter Middleton, served in the Royal Air Force decades ago.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. Cool. On top of this, Prince William also officially the Colonel-in-Chief, the Mercian Regiment, the Colonel-in-Chief, the Army Air Corps, and Royal Honorary Air Commodore, RAF Valley. The last one is also very special, William. It's where he held 3 years posting as a RAF search and rescue pilot. So some cool significance here. Also seeing this tradition coming through again for royalty, but always cool to see and just know what's actually happening in these spaces.
So my question is, would they go to war? Would they have to go to war as being now part of the military?
I just want to know if they know their own titles. Like, if
Does
they
he know
can
what he's-
recall all these titles they've
I'm going to write it on a young hand there. It's okay. It's all right.
and
You
then
can
just
abbreviate it. Just the
don't say
acronyms.
colonel.
Well, if anything, they just look down at what they are wearing and then they know. So amazing. Thank you so much to everyone who's been feeding us all that info, our amazing social media team. Great to track what the stars have been getting up to.
Oh, and this is probably the ultimate entertainment news because we're heading over live in Gauteng.
yes.
We're going to connect to our brand new Miss South Africa, and Kukle has the honor.
Woohoo!
Thank you so much, Zoe. A very good morning to everyone in studio. Molweni kuninonke emzansi. We are coming to you live with the new Miss South Africa 2023, Natasha Eubank. Good morning. Thank you so much for welcoming us.
First interview, welcome to the suite.
Oh, we are getting the exclusive this morning.
cozy.
Listen, the excitement is uncontainable, so I don't even want to sit at this point, Natasha.
We can stand, we can stand.
Last night was spectacular, filled with 7 brilliant women
Yes.
chasing the crown, but there could only be one winner. How did you feel when you woke up and realized, I am Miss South Africa 2023?
It felt surreal, it's still not sinking in. Like the early morning hours, I was lying on my phone, watching everyone's reactions, and I still can't believe it. I'm like, how long does it take? Does it take like 7 working days? Like, give me a little bit of a heads up. So last night when I took pictures with Melinda and Tamarin and Joanne Strauss, I was like, any advice? Like, how long does this take to sink in? So, super stoked, really honored, and super grateful.
I mean, take all the time you need for it to sink in. This is a big deal. I think reflecting upon last night and what Undavi said, Miss South Africa 2022, about how the crown does not define you, the woman defines the crown.
Yes.
How do you plan on defining this new crown, Moana, during your reign?
Yes, I mean, look at her.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
I need to do her justice. It sounds so, like, look at her. But I think for me, I spoke a lot on my resilience. So it's something I already started doing, and hopefully throughout my journey, I can showcase that to people. But then also, like, I'm excited to work on my projects and really just get in there. Like, I don't want to wait. I want to be that Miss South Africa, just going deep in. So that's a plan of action. But first up, Media Week. So that's what we're doing here. You guys are my first interview, so that's also exciting.
Thank you so much for choosing the Feel Good Breakfast Show to start the week, to start the reign, to start this Monday. You touched on what you want to do, you know, as Miss South Africa, and last night in your mission statement, you claimed that you are ready to serve.
Yes.
How do you plan on serving South Africans during your reign?
Yes, so we already started securing bursaries. I went back to my campus, which I studied at my marketing degree. And so I really wanted to go to all the institutions in South Africa, every single university, and see how much we can secure for people who can't afford it, because I was also financially excluded when I wanted to study my degree. So that's the first plan of action. But I feel like there's going to be a list. There's going to be many things. I want to have my fingers in all the pies.
Oh, I love that. And also, you are an entrepreneur and now Miss South Africa 2023, okay? To the young girl watching right now who are looking up to you and one day hope and wish to be where you are, do you have any words of encouragement or advice for them?
Yes, and I mean, I was that girl. 3 years ago, I entered the first time. I did not win Miss South Africa. 3 years later, I'm here. So it's just really, if you are knocked down, to stand back up. But then also, it's not failure. It's just redirection. It's just redirection, like, believe in that dream. There's growth that needs to happen, but let it be. Let the journey be. Everything will work out. What meant for you won't pass you.
And there's a quote that says, the comeback is better than the setback. And that's
100%.
exactly what you are showcasing right now. And now, okay, it's the time to serve. You know, know, I feel like I have to say Miss South Africa 2023 for it to truly sink in. Natasha, we are so proud of you and truly excited. And I speak on behalf of the entire country when we say we cannot wait to walk this journey with you. Really? Any final words, any takeaway from this journey from Crown Chasers leading up to the finale?
Yes. I would say, no, it's just a message to say thank you to everyone. Last night, the crowd was electric. I feel like South Africa really showed up in mass, and I could really just feel the energy. So I just really want to say thank you for everyone's love and support, and hopefully I can make everyone proud.
Beautiful. But now I want to get an exclusive, a more exclusive, detailed experience of a Miss South Africa. Monang asked you last night, what's the first thing you're going to do as Miss South Africa? Please tell our viewers, what was the first thing?
I literally took off my heels, took off my dress. I was in my robe on the floor, sitting there, taking a glass of B&G, just celebrating, like really just toasting to the moment. Took a long bath, and I ate a burger. I have a picture, I ate a burger, so that's the first things I did.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And this morning, how long does glam take for you?
Yes, so I woke up 2 hours before I had to be ready. So I was up at 4:30, only had 2 hours of sleep, but we're gonna make it through. It's adrenaline. I'm Miss South Africa. Like, it hasn't sunk in, but I know that the job has started and I just need to show up.
It truly is going to sink in because this has been a 3-year journey for you. And yesterday you also spoke about second chances and how second chances are necessary and absolutely needed for everyone up at Mzansi. Why do you believe in second chances so much?
Yes, I think it has a lot to do with personal growth. It just shows that emotionally and mentally there's always growth that can happen, and for me that was the case. I reflect back on the 2020 Natasha and I can't even recognize her, even though I honor her and I appreciate her so much. Like, I wouldn't have been the woman without her. So it's really just tapping into that vulnerability and that emotional and mental growth. And yeah, I'm standing here and now I am Miss South Africa. So
oh man, Natasha.
That's what second chances does for you.
Truly, and it's such an honor to be chatting to you right now because we also chatted behind the scenes on Saturday.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
The nerves were there, you know.
Yes.
But you said yesterday that everything will be answered. All my questions for the past 3 years will be answered, and they are answered.
Yes.
And we are so proud of you once again. Mzansi, please give a warm welcome to our Miss South Africa 2023, Natasha Joubert. Show your love on our social media platforms using the hashtag Expresso Show. We are coming to you live from her hotel suite in Pretoria, in Gauteng, giving us the exclusive, the first interview with Miss South Africa 2023. This is the perfect way to start the day, the perfect way to start the week. Natasha,
thank you.
Super.
Miss SA 2023. Kudos to Kutle, who probably also didn't sleep last night, I'm thinking, because she was covering the event. But absolutely amazing. And I love the fact that Natasha was like, the job begins now. And it's a job, and she's got it. She has earned the right to be there. It is her time. And I think she is going to be one of our best yet. I think you hit the nail on the head. So I think she's going to do special things. Congratulations.
Definitely is.
She's so sweet, and she's such a cool person as well. Well done, man.
Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break from one lady in pink to the next lady in pink. We have Paxton Phillies joining us this morning. And she's going to share all about her morning routine. And of course, we can't wait to just catch up with Paxton.
Yeah, it doesn't stop there, of course. Alter Ego are ready. They are prepped. They are about to entertain us. We're going to be chatting with them in just a bit too. So, so much to look forward to in just a bit.
It's my feel-good
With the sun's first rays, breakfast heralds the start of a brand new day, nourishing the prospects of great starts. And for over a century, Kellogg's has stood as a steadfast companion, nurturing South Africans and motivating generations to launch their mornings with the promise of greatness, setting the stage for healthier and more fulfilling lives.
And as Graham was saying that, I heard little birds chirping.
And the sun literally coming
and
out.
the sun coming out. And we are so delighted this morning to be joined by the very talented singer, Paxton Phillies, who will be sharing her great starts journey with us. And it's so lovely to have the lady in pink here.
It's so lovely to be here.
Oh, Paxton, you know what? You've had such an incredible journey. And I think we sometimes forget how far we've come, but sometimes we just need to reflect on that.
Yeah.
How was the great starts for your passion for singing? When did you realize that, hang on, this is something I'm going to give a go and just see how far I can take it?
I think my journey started when I started singing in my church choir. That's when I realized I had a voice. And I remember every Saturday we would have a practice and I would not leave before I had my bowl of Kellogg's. I made sure that I had my bowl of Kellogg's. It just boosted my confidence and gave me so much energy. And yeah, that's when my journey started.
My next question, hot or cold milk?
Don't even go there. Is that even a question?
No, it's a legit question because it tastes different.
No, definitely hot. Definitely hot. Yeah, but I have like a whole ritual with how I make my cereal. So what I do is I warm the milk first in a cup. I put the cereal in a bowl.
Okay.
Add the milk, add the sugar, and that's me.
That's it.
I'm
I don't know if
add
I
a
can
little
talk
bit
to
of
you
sugar.
anymore. I don't even know.
What do you mean?
Warm
Are you-
milk. I
are
don't
you
even know.
cold?
I'm a cold milk all the way, okay? I've got to. I love that, okay? No, it's a judgment-free zone, okay? You can start your day however you feel you need to. When we talk about starts, it's almost, to me, a great restart because all of us in the entertainment industry, especially the musicians, almost had to restart. COVID, it changed everything. It took so much away, and it also gave us new opportunities, I feel, now that we can see the light.
Yeah.
What was that restart like for you? Did it feel like almost a rebirth of sorts in this role?
Honestly, I think I needed the break. I think I needed those 2 years because I've been going since I left the competition. And I was always thinking about the next best thing, and I neglected my well-being and my mental health. And as I got older, I mean, I started when I was 16, and as I got older, approaching my 20s, I realized how important my mental health is. If I'm not okay, I won't be able to create. You know, I can't pour from an empty cup. So that restart was kind of like a rebirth. I feel like I'm in a new era now, and I've got so much more to offer, and yeah.
I love it when I got older, into my 20s. Whatever, girl.
We forget how young Paxton was when she entered this industry.
Routine,
And when it comes to nourishing great starts, for over 100 years, Kellogg's have been doing that. Now, if you had to tap into some of your fondest childhood memories around that delicious bowl of cereal, or perhaps even now as an adult, what was that for you?
I actually have a funny memory. So I actually almost ran late for one of my shows because I wasn't going to leave without my cereal. So the milk was in the microwave and I was like, I'm not leaving until I get my cereal. I need to go with my cereal because you guys don't understand my obsession. I have it for breakfast, lunch, dinner. There's just something about it that just it makes me feel just amazing.
Yeah, it's comfort food, it is. And I went to a boarding school where we didn't get that kind of cereal every single day. So when you did, you were like, oh man, absolutely. What is your absolute favorite? Because I know Kellogg's have a couple of great starts for us. What is your absolute favorite cereal?
I don't like sweet cereals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm a very plain kind of girl, so I would have to go with cornflakes. That's my absolute fave. What about you guys?
Post Toasties. I love the sweet stuff, so you have me at Cocoa Pops.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Strawberry Pops. Completely.
I would have never picked you for a strawberry.
And I'm not a sweet tooth, eh? Not a sweet tooth at all. I will eat the whole box. Literally, in one day, in one sitting, on my own. I'm there for that.
With cold milk.
With cold milk, please, okay? I'll even replace the cereal if the milk gets too warm. No, I'm joking. I'll never waste that cereal like that. 100 years is quite a milestone.
It is.
And I love the fact that we are taking this opportunity to be able to speak to each other about this. And this is a great connector because all of us wake up like this. So what is your message on this wonderful milestone? 1 century of great starts.
1 century, that is a huge milestone. I think I would just want to thank them for contributing to so many of our childhoods and just upbringing. I think that it was an amazing way to start my morning. And I can't wait for our children and children's children to experience that great start as well.
Oh, I love that. Well, Paxton, it's been incredible having you here. We love it when you're here and sharing your journey. And of course, you're still so young. You've got so many incredible years ahead of you, and we can't wait to witness it all.
Oh, thank you, guys.
She's just getting started. Hey, it's a great start all over again. We are here for that. From the precious memories of our early years, which we can all delve back into, to the heartwarming moments with our dear ones, with our kids as we hand that mantle over. The enchantment of a great start has undoubtedly become a part of our lives, adding a touch of inspiration to every morning.
And in celebration of 100 years of nourishing great starts in South Africa, Kellogg's are giving you the chance to win your share of 1 million rand in cash. Now, simply buy any 2 of their qualifying products and dial *120*2447#. Then follow the prompts and enter the last 4 digits of your barcode. South Africans stand a chance to win until the end of October. There are T's and C's that can be found on kellogg's.co.za. Good luck.
From a box full of goodness to a breakfast that keeps a nation going, here's to 100 years of nourishing great starts.
From one superstar, we go on to the next. Now, joining us on the Expresso stage this morning is the hottest band in the Afrikaans music space right now. We're talking about Alter Ego. Now, they consist of twin brothers, yes, Justin and Darren Oates. Now, each is bringing a fresh alternative pop sound to the Afrikaans music, and they are joining us this morning with a brand new single titled Jy's Lief vir My. So before we even chat to them, let's take a look and get some inspiration. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Give them a feel-good welcome. Alter Ego! Yeah! Morning, gents. How are we doing?
Well, and you?
Just a reminder, don't adjust your screens. You're not seeing double. It's not a crazy Monday. This is really happening. Twice the bang for your buck right now. Justin and Darren Oates. Yeah. Yes, I got it right. How are we doing this morning, gents?
Very well, and you?
I'm fantastic, man. It's great to hear you. I'm always blessed to get the sound check first before Mzansi does. And, oh, I am so excited for this. You sound incredible. But let's talk about the journey. Let's talk about you. Let's invite Mzansi to find out where this journey started. What got you inspired into music? And what made you decide, let's make a career out of this? Who convinced who?
To be honest, we never thought this would happen. We actually, at school, we only played piano, but we never sang or anything. We were too shy.
We didn't sing choir or any of that. Like, not even in the shower.
And then after school, once we were at some Queen tribute show, and one lady who's in church with us said we should come sing, and we like joked with her, like, yeah, we're gonna come
let's
sing.
do some vocal coaching, and inside of you, you feel like, okay, this is something I want to try. Yeah. And then, yeah.
But you, at first you joke about it. Like, it's not that we didn't do music. We obviously played piano and whatever, but we never sang.
So 20-odd years or less, you were like not even aware of this gold mine you're sitting on, and that's those beautiful voices that you have.
Thanks, yeah.
Well, thank you for making the decision to make it a career, because we are celebrating that right now. When we're talking about, obviously, that new song that's just been released that we've got a snippet about. Talk to me about the inspiration behind that. We are going to hear that performance later on, but let's get Mzansi hyped a bit.
Yeah, so I actually started writing the song, and so our previous album is more of a breakup album. This one is finding new love, and I actually, for the first time in a while, I could just look into someone's eyes and just see how much they love me. So it's Jy's lief vir my. Ek kan dit sien in jou oë. Ek weet jy sê dit nie, hoe kom voel dit so. So those are the lyrics.
Okay, I got you. And you
yeah,
can't deny that feeling, that moment. I think
Exactly.
everybody absolutely deserves that. But right now, we're going to be performing something a little bit different. When was this released and what is it about?
So this song we're going to perform now is called Was Dit Jou Plan. It was actually released March last year, if I remember correctly.
Wow, that's good.
Well done.
yeah. And it was a single. It's also been playing on radio a little bit. So yeah, and we're going to be performing it with a piano and everything, which is unusual. But yeah, I think you guys will enjoy it.
Back to day one, back to the basics, where it all began. I love that, gents. Thank you so much. Mzansi, here's every reason to get hyped, to get involved, and find out more about these guys. But they're about to perform. Gents, the stage is yours. This is Was Dit... well, sorry, it's actually a pronunciation is Was Dit Jou Plan, and this is Alter Ego. Take it away.
Thank you, Expresso.
Het jy ooit gewonder as jou hart se brand sien ons mekaar weer aan die ander kant of is dit als nou verby ek sê het gegooi ek het weer probeer en kry net elke keer meer seer so sê my nou is dit jou plan jy steel my hart en laat my gaan of is dit net hoe jy voel so sê my nou is dit jou plan jy steel my hart en laat my gaan of is dit net hoe jy voel in my bed bly my oop soos die hele wêreld voor my loop en jy is nie eers langs my nie en in my kop as jy nog praat dan raak ek stil maar het raak my slaap sê my nou is dit jou plan Heel my hart en laat my gaan of is dit net hoe jy voel so sê my nou is dit jou plan jy steel my hart en laat my gaan of is dit net hoe jy voel Ek is uitgegooi, ek het weer probeer ek kry net elke keer meer seer en in my kop as jy nog praat dan raak ek stil maar het raak my slaap Ons het bietjie gelag, nou is die tyd verby. Is jy laaste lag, lag met my.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the Boks are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win with rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for rejoining the conversation. We're going to get uncharacteristically serious right now because we've been through a couple of weeks here in South Africa that we never want to face again, but we probably will. So many lives were interrupted by the violent taxi strike that erupted in Cape Town owing to disagreements between the City of Cape Town and the South African National Taxi Council. I know I'm oversimplifying grossly, but here it is. The City of Cape Town then enforcing a new traffic bylaw, and that's aimed at reducing traffic offences and dangerous driving. That was at the heart of it. Well, the strike is over, thankfully. Mayoral Committee member for Safety and Security, Alderman JP Smith, who is often here to do a little bit of politicking, but be more human, I think, today, because this felt like a very human moment. Thank you so much for joining us. And I don't even know if we say well done for getting to this point, because I know a lot of people had to push really hard to get to this point. Thankfully, at the end of this terrible journey, safety, or at least sanity, did seem to prevail. Put it in perspective for us. Have you been able to wrap your head around how these last 2 weeks have played out? As a South African, break it down for us, because you've had a front row seat.
So I don't think anybody escaped the consequences of what happened.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff that you can calculate. The 30-plus city vehicles that were damaged, 12 vehicles destroyed, 10 Golden Arrow buses burned, 2 My City buses, over 50 Golden Arrow buses damaged, over 30 private vehicles, numerous city facilities, clinics, depots, electricity depots, a SAP station, 1 Metro EMS ambulance. So there's quantifiable things that were destroyed, and those things have value. The Golden Arrow buses alone is 26 million rand. And some of that they don't recover from the insurance. But there are incalculable things. The lives lost and people injured. There are 5 people who lost their lives during this. 1 woman during a stampede, during a looting incident. And Officer Zanikaya Kwenana, I'm going to his memorial tonight. And I mean, his family is devastated. His children will never see him again. There's no undo on that. So that damage is incalculable and felt by many, myself included. And there is reputational and confidence loss in South Africa. It is a country which for 10 days seemed to lose its moral compass and waver off all over the place, with some of our public figures who are responsible for upholding the law, speaking in favor of those who engaged in the violence, who carried water for an industry that committed itself to violence. And I think that there's a loss of confidence. There's a damage to the tourism industry in terms of tourists that were injured, and a British tourist who lost their life, his life, and his family who were injured. So those losses, I think we will only see reflected into the future.
It's a human cost. It felt like a failure on a human level when watching the thousands walking out of town along that highway on our way home. We were eerily in town on that day as this kind of unfolded.
Yeah,
that is a mark that all of us will have to bear.
Yeah, even being there at night, on the night, seeing some people still stranded with no options and just banding together to kind of figure out what to do. It was very concerning. For me, what's even more concerning is the principle that's actually been at play here. It's in a sense showing that it seemed like violence was being used to leverage some sort of statement, but yet it wasn't necessarily entertained the way it possibly was expected. The results seemed to not actually change. At the end of the day, it just caused more violence and more issues. I wouldn't really call this a win for him, but what can you actually take from this? Positives to take from this at all?
So, South Africa has a serious problem with law and order.
Yeah.
And there is a lack of commitment by government to ensuring that President Ramaphosa, when he became president, said a key hallmark of his presidency would be a commitment to law and order and bringing us back to a path, a sustainable path. You cannot have a sustainable, prosperous South Africa without order and structure and the rule of law. That has been frequently tried by an industry that readily resorts to violence and economic sabotage, burning competitors' vehicles. First, the extensive sabotage of the rail network and the paralyzing thereof, which has forced many people to use the minibus taxis because the available and more affordable alternative of the trains is not available,
Out of the
has been
equation.
sabotaged, and the systematic use of violence during these strikes as a fig leaf to damage competitive. Over 62 golden arrow buses, multiple My City vehicles and others, e-hailing vehicles that were damaged. So you do get to a point when you have to commit to taking a stand for law and order, for treating all people equally before the law. We have democratic processes in South Africa. If you want to change the law, there are mechanisms for you to do so. So it's important to understand that we're not even dealing with a Cape Town bylaw here. It's not a city bylaw that was used to impound these vehicles. All the vehicles are impounded in terms of the National Land Transport Act, which has been around for many, many years. It is used across South Africa. If you simple Google search will show you a provincial minister in KZN celebrating the impoundment of 72 taxis in KZN 2 years ago. The provincial MEC Vadi in Gauteng, who has on numerous occasions announced the impoundment of vehicles. So it is something that happens all the time. We've been doing it in Cape Town for more than a decade, but we have in the last 2 years moved more towards driving behavior. We have placed more focus on driving behavior, and we impound between 900 and 1,200 taxis a month, none of which would be impounded if the driver's held by the law. And so it's not that we impound willfully or capriciously. It is for a serious driving offence. We still issue fines for the rest, but if you drive on a sidewalk or into oncoming traffic, or you ignore stop streets and traffic lights, you drive on the shoulder of the road, the stuff that causes people to die, that contributes to 12,500 people losing their lives on South African roads every year, then maybe issuing a fine is not good enough. You have a responsibility for all those people in your vehicle who have limited choices about what other transport options they can take. And my primary commitment is to those communities because I am measured by my mayor in the city as to how many lives we save on the road.
Oh, wow, okay. So, reducing that risk.
As I understand it, the Transport Minister Chikunga is now speaking about those impounded vehicles being returned. Where does that leave us within this dynamic? We'll get onto that and a whole lot more, delving deeper into the taxi strike, but counting the cost. Yes, we know there is a financial cost, but most importantly, it is the human cost. So if you have a perspective, let us know. 0634088863. We'd love to hear how you feel about how things have turned out over the last 2 weeks.
And when we come back, we're going to take a quick break. We'll take a look at the new agreement with Santaco. Alderman JP Smith's not going anywhere. And then we also have lucky winners that are making their way to the Rugby World Cup. That winner we'll see and announce after the break.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back, your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This man has been delivering all things conversational when it comes to Santaco's agreements that are going on with regards to taxi violence and everything that's happened in the last few days. And we're going to carry on diving into that conversation in just a bit. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for serving us right now. And don't go anywhere, Mzansi. But for now, though, it's time for official duties, and news headlines are awaiting.
Let's start off with national headlines. Home Affairs Minister Aaron Motsoaledi has accused Pakistani nationals of obtaining transit visas to go to other countries through South Africa and then disappearing and remaining in South Africa. This as 67 Pakistani nationals were yesterday intercepted at OR Tambo International Airport and sent back to their country at own cost after failing to comply with South Africa's immigration laws. They had arrived on board a flight carrying 268 passengers from Dubai. And staying with our local news, the BRICS Business Forum will meet in Sandton, Johannesburg today in preparation for the BRICS Leaders Summit later this month. The forum aims to promote value-added exports, strengthen the inflow of foreign direct investments, and introduce investment opportunities in South Africa. The Director of International Operations in the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition, Paulina Mamogobo, says the main focus of the forum is to showcase the opportunities South Africa offers to BRICS peers. Moving to news abroad, a planned meeting by West African Chiefs of Defence Staff to discuss the coup in Niger has been postponed at short notice. The talks called by the regional bloc ECOWAS had been expected to take place in Accra, Ghana on Saturday. No reason was given for the postponement. On Thursday, West African leaders ordered a standby military force to be ready to restore civilian rule in Niger. Large crowds of supporters of last month's coup gathered at a French military base in Niamey on Friday to denounce ECOWAS. And 93 people have been confirmed dead in the Maui wildfire in Hawaii that razed the historic town of Lahaina, marking the most deadly U.S. fire in a century. The number of victims could rise significantly, Hawaii Governor Josh Green warned on Saturday as forensic work continued to identify the victims. Hundreds remain unaccounted for, while hundreds of others fill shelters across Maui after fleeing the flames. Green says, and I quote, "The fire will certainly be the worst natural disaster that Hawaii has ever faced." And bringing it back home, 25-year-old Natasha Joubert from Gauteng has been crowned Miss South Africa 2023 at a glittering event in Times Square, Pretoria. 7 young women vied for the crown called Moana, the Tree of Life. 26-year-old Bryony Govender, also from Gauteng, was crowned first runner-up, and 25-year-old Nandi Mabala from the Western Cape was crowned second runner-up. Joubert is a BCom marketing graduate who has made quite a name for herself in the field of dress design. It was the first Miss SA pageant for which married women and mothers could enter. Well, congratulations again, Natasha Joubert. We are super proud of you. And if you've missed that interview where Kuhle got to connect with our Miss SA Live, it will be available for you on YouTube. But on that note, that's where we leave your morning headlines. Let's take a final look at your sport.
Thank you so much. So let's start with some rugby news. Now we can officially get excited. The Springboks departed from OR Tambo with much fanfare on Saturday, determined to make us proud and, of course, defend their world title in France. Up first for our boys, 2 warm-up matches, perfect encounters, Wales on the 19th and then the All Blacks on the 25th. Then the opening match at RWC is up against Scotland in Marseille on Sunday. That could be a bit of a speed bump. That's the 10th of September. Then we'll follow that with a pool match against Romania in Bordeaux. Don't know a huge amount about them. We know a lot about Ireland, and then we face them in Paris on the 23rd of September, and then a bit of a hoodoo side, Tonga, in Marseille on the 1st of October. Now, speaking of World Cup permutations, England have a lot to worry about as their captain, Owen Farrell, now faces a verdict tomorrow about his availability for the Rugby World Cup opener against Argentina. So he was shown a red card in their warm-up match up against Wales this weekend for a very much shoulder-led hit to Tane Besham's head. And the bunker review system came into effect and it escalated his punishment on the field from a yellow to a red during their 1917 victory at Twickenham. So a video disciplinary hearing tomorrow will decide on the extent of his suspension. So certainly watch that space. Now, there are only four. As we turn to football, the final four of the FIFA Women's World Cup have been determined. Spain securing a historic outcome, defeating, I think, tournament favourites Netherlands 2-1 in extra time. Then Sweden advance as well, looking very strong, overcoming Japan 2-1. Then co-hosts Australia, the Matildas, staged a remarkable penalty shootout. Oh, man, it was tense, triumphing 7-6 over France to reach their inaugural semi-finals. And then, of course, England rallied from a goal behind to beat a very spirited Colombia 2-1. So it means that Spain will take on Sweden tomorrow, and that's at 10 a.m. South African time, while the Matildas, Australia, will clash against England on Wednesday at 12 p.m. There's going to be fireworks. Enjoy. Well, we stay with football and throw it back now. Over the weekend, the Premier League got back up and running. A new Chelsea boss, Maurizio Pochettino, is back in the fold, and he watched his revamped squad hold Liverpool to a very spicy 1-1 draw in their opening game of the EPL. So Luis Diaz, he opened the scoring in the 18th minute before Chelsea's Axel Disasi equalised in the 37th minute. And the game could have gone either way, with both teams having a goal disallowed. Can I please say to the two plumbers who were at my house having to work last night while this match was on, both of them Liverpool fans, thank you, boys. I love you guys. Well, that's where we leave our sport for today. The roads should be waking up. Let's get you to work safely.
Thank you, G-Man. Yes, us Liverpool people, we go above and beyond always, my friend. Now, reporting on traffic news this morning and diving into the area of Pretoria, there has been an accident on the N1 southbound. Now, this is at Regal Avenue, so please do approach this area with caution. From there, we move over to KZN right now, and Pietermaritzburg, to be specific, there's mist on the N3 eastbound. So please switch your headlights on and maintain a safe traveling distance as you drive in this area. From KZN, we head over to Cape Town, Plattekloof, and there is congestion on the N7 northbound, and this is at the ramp to the Bosmansdam Road. So again, you can definitely expect delays. But for anybody heading on the roads, do plan accordingly, buckle up, stay safe, and we'll dive into all the rest of weather headlines right now.
Thank you, Raul. And the SA Weather Service has issued 2 warnings. A yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds resulting in localized damage to property and localized disruptions to travel routes expected along the western Lesotho border in the southern Free State, as well as over the Senqu, Sikisizwe, Ilundini, Matitile and Umzimvubu local municipalities in the Eastern Cape. An extremely high fire danger condition, which are expected over the eastern parts of the Northern Cape, southern western parts of the Northwest, as well as the central and western parts of the Free State. Let's quickly look at your temperatures for today, starting off in Polokwane. Your low is 9, your high 28, Mbombela 15:32, Pretoria 12:26, Johannesburg 11:24. Mahikeng 9:29, Klerksdorp 8:28, Kimberley 2 reaching a high of 26. If you're in Bloemfontein, -1's your low, 25 your high. Richards Bay 17 with a high of 27. Pietermaritzburg 12:24, Durban 14 with a high of 23. A rainy day in Mthatha, 9 with a high of 19. East London 11:18, Cradock 5 with a high of 21. If you're in Gqeberha, your low is 11, your high 28. George, a rainy day with a low of 7, a high of 13. Cape Town 9:15, Worcester, your low is 3, your high 14. If you're in Sutherland, -2's your low, 11 your high. And Uppington, a sunny day ahead with a low of 4 and a high of 25 degrees Celsius. Those are your temperatures for today. Let's take another look at those sunrise views, starting off in Elsie's River. Mark stepped out, and what a way to start your Monday. Thank you for sharing this memorable photo with us. Kathy in Durbanville is heading out to meet some friends bright and early this morning and shared this lovely view. Jacques in the Eastern Cape is showing off some stunning views. Look at those pinks in the sky. And Omi in Keymouth is showing off this photo. What an absolute piece of art. Well, if you would love to share your good morning view with us, we would love to see it. Our number is 063 408 8863.
Oh, this conversation, well, firstly, thank you, Zoe, for that. But now this conversation has been dying to carry on right now. We've been getting so many comments on social media. We're talking about the current agreements taking place between Santaco, the current taxi violence, and the potential and the results of everything that is currently happening. What does it all mean?
JP, thank you so much for staying with us this morning. I know you've got a lot to do today, some of it very political, some of it very human. You're going to be going to a funeral later this evening, so we're certainly giving you as much strength as we can in that space. When we talk about the vehicles that are currently still impounded, Minister Chikunga saying that those will be released. What are the conditions of that? What does that mean? Is this backtracking on that initial understanding? Where do we sit in terms of these particular vehicles? Because they do seem to be a major pressure point.
Yeah.
I think the impoundment is the key issue of the debate. There were other things that during the taxi task team that Santaco walked away from were discussed. They wanted additional operating permits on certain routes and certain contested routes that the city and the province assessed. There were additional permits made available. I think there were 700 permits placed on the system. More than 300 of those sit there uncollected.
Unused.
So maybe that wasn't truly the real reason. I think there's a difference between the publicly stated motives and sometimes what really drives an issue. Certainly the impoundment and the enforcement is a major issue. We believe that it is necessary. As I said, those commuters' lives matter to me. They may not matter to the industry as much as they should because they're captive customers, but they do matter to us. And the impoundments are done in terms of the act. I can tell you if we had done them unlawfully, they would have been in court already and reversed it.
Because there is recourse.
There is recourse. There are democratic institutions. If we had done so incorrectly, they would have been in court long ago. Minister Chikunga has indicated in public that she is instructing the city to release those vehicles. She hasn't done so yet because it is not lawful. And if she does attempt to do so, we will resist that in court because it isn't legal. There is no legal mechanism to do what she proposes. You will remember that some years ago, Minister Cele also issued an unlawful instruction on a beach to a film crew. We had to get an interdict against him. It does appear to me that sometimes the national ministers are not as well-versed in the laws that they're the custodians of as they should be. And on this one, we understand that National Land Transport Act extremely well, and we are confident that we've acted fully lawfully. There is a part of the agreement with Santaco is that those vehicles that are impounded for what they call petty offences, parking offences, stopping on a yellow line and that kind of thing, or for minor damage to the vehicle, we don't believe we've impounded any vehicles for that. We've checked very carefully. They maintain it is so. We've said that's not a problem. Make representation to us. We will, on your behalf or with you, write to the public prosecutor to ask for those cases to be withdrawn. They have yet to approach us with any such examples, but we don't believe that that we've impounded for stuff that does not materially affect life and safety.
Or illegally, for that matter. Yeah. They are not illegally impounded.
Remember that every single vehicle, every single public transport offence is impoundable. In terms of the National Act, we can technically impound for every single offence. We impound for every 50 fines we write, we impound one vehicle. All those 50 fines could also be impounded. So we're not heavy-handed. We're just trying to be very consistent in the enforcement law and equality before the law. The same laws that apply to private motorists must also apply to public transport vehicles, and even more so because you are holding the lives of many other people in your hands.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Follow due court process.
For me, I think that really is the actual question we should be asking at the end of the day. How does this serve the people? Are these rules, are these agreements actually going to be serving the people? Is it protecting them at the end of the day? And I think generally when we are looking at the law, if we're abiding by that, it definitely does play a part in that. This seems like this affects not only taxis as well, but anybody essentially that has any issue on the road. So maybe with that being said, what are the sort of examples of someone going through this process right now if their car is impounded for any of these new bylaws that have been put in place legally? So what do they do? What are their rights? And then what should they be worried and concerned about?
So by and large, when we impound public transport vehicles, the minibus taxis, for instance, very often the owner will be waiting at the pound by the time the vehicle is driven back to the pound. So the vehicles are released extremely rapidly. We have around 500 vehicles in the pound at the moment. So I said earlier, we impound between 900 and 1,200 vehicles a month, and that is an attempt to materially change behavior. Fines do not change behavior. And if you're government and you keep on doing the same ineffective thing over and over, you are useless government. Your actions must lead to the change in behavior.
Systemic change.
Correct. Increased compliance with the Road Traffic Act and fewer deaths. Our road death toll by international standards is outrageous. We have way more people dying and needlessly dying on our roads than we should. So if your vehicle's impounded, it is a visit to the pound, you pay the impoundment fee, and those vehicles are released back in your care. There are some vehicles like the offence of street racing, where the vehicle impoundment remains until the end of the criminal proceedings. You're charged for reckless and negligent driving. That vehicle is an exhibit, and we hold on to that vehicle until the end of the legal proceedings. These measures are not about being heavy-handed or being difficult. It's about making sure that the same offence does not happen over and over, and that the other people on the road whose lives you roll the dice with, that they are not subject to your recklessness. They have rights also.
Where do we stand right now? It feels like we're okay. Are we going to go back 2 weeks from now when certain elements aren't adhered to on either side? How do we approach the next stanza of this relationship with the taxi council? How are we going to navigate the next few waters, knowing that this is how easily we can step backwards?
So I don't believe that the strike was needed in the first place by the industry. Our discussions at the taxi task team, that body was the forum that was created for us to talk to each other between provincial government, city government, and Santaco, had not reached an impasse. In fact, many of the issues now being raised were never raised at that body. So we had not reached an impasse or deadlock that you can say, well, this process has failed, therefore
broken down.
The agreement that we placed on the table the first day, on that Thursday, I went to my colleagues and said, it's very easy. We write a standard operating procedure. We separate impoundable from non-impoundable offences because the Act says may impound. So we can separate those without impairing safety. We will focus on those behaviours that do cause death, moving violations, where the movement of your vehicle is a risk to others, as opposed to stationary or less serious violations. We can easily do that. That's the same offer they effectively accepted now a week later, but with a great deal of misery and reputational loss for our whole country, and loss of life in the intervening 10 days, needlessly so. We have the agreement we've now reached has certain very important measures. One, it says that any resorting to any kind of violence renders the entire agreement null and void. So there is a commitment to not resuming the same kind of violence. Keep in mind, in the background, the criminal justice process is working. We've opened 200 criminal cases. We arrested about 150 people in relation to public violence incidents. There are criminal investigations into the death of Officer Quinana and others. So we're not leaving any of those matters. That malicious damage to property and the Criminal Law Amendment Act matters, we are proceeding with those. It's important that accountability is there. Don't destroy somebody or kill somebody and then just walk away at the end with an agreement. There's a de-escalation mechanism that says that the strike will not be undertaken until a de-escalation process has been attempted. There is a commitment to not doing any strikes without 36 hours notice, so that people are not left high and dry because a strike is announced.
Mothers aren't left.
And there is there are mechanisms in the Act to ensure that everybody behaves, or in the agreement to ensure that everybody behaves more reasonably. We've returned to the taxi task team. That first meeting is tomorrow again, and then we'll try and finalise the standard operating procedure, give the taxi industry some clarity around when we impound and when not. I don't believe that we impound for the things that they say is petty, but it'll be better if that's written down and absolute confidence is gathered. In these intervening 2 weeks, we're only impounding for 4 things: no operating licence, contrary, off-route, unroadworthy vehicle, and no driver's licence. All the rest of the offences, having a firearm in the vehicle, all that kind of stuff, which is in the Act and in the conditions of the permit, those we will be part of the discussion tomorrow as to which is on the serious and less serious list. In the meantime, we're focusing on driver behaviour, and as the owners said, they want us to focus on the outstanding warrants on the drivers.
Busy week ahead, an incredibly tense few weeks, I would imagine, for you and your team. So thank you for keeping your head. I think everybody in this dynamic needs to really take a step back. And I'm so glad that at a point, sanity did prevail, but at what cost? So thank you so much for giving us your time this morning. I know you've got an incredibly busy
public. Thank you to all the public who stood with us and who suffered that inconvenience and challenges and sometimes damage to cars and stuff. To all of our staff who sat in the jock hours on end, missed their families for 10 days, all the SAPS members who stood with us, and some of the taxi operators who didn't want to be part of the violence, who informed us, who called us and said, this is happening tomorrow, please take the necessary precautionary action. So to those who stood on the right side of the law and held the line, thank you to them.
Thank you so much. Calm is restored in the city of Cape Town. We hope it continues and that more constructive and less violent forms of dialogue can take place between all parties. Thank you once again for your time, JB.
Yes, sir.
Bake more memories and win big with a Tastemaster SA and Royal Baking Powder. Watch the show every Tuesday at 7 and enter our field competition by creating your unique own bake based on the weekly theme using Royal Baking Powder. On the competition post on social media using hashtag #TheTastemasterSA and stand a chance of winning a KitchenAid stand mixer and more every week. Unleash your creativity with a Tastemaster SA and Royal Baking Powder.
We'll see you in the Tastemaster kitchen. It's my feel good.
Back, it is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. And if you're looking to reward your journey, receive fantastic service and win big, then Total Energies should be your only pit stop. Total Energies recently gave you the chance to win one of 5 double tickets to the Rugby World Cup in France. Now, you simply had to join the Total Energies Club and spend an easy 700 Rand or more at any of their locations. And we are so excited to announce the first winner that will get to see South Africa versus Ireland on the 23rd of September in français.
It's massive. I think we need a drum roll. Can we have quite a French drum roll, please? Something with a little pizzazz. It's beautiful. So congratulations to Tsepan Masio! Double tickets, SA vs Ireland in France, Rugby World Cup 2023. I thought I was going to enjoy this. It's actually making me ill to my tummy. I'm so jealous right now. Tsepang is on the line. A very good morning. Should I even bother asking how you are doing this morning, my friend?
You don't have to. You don't have. Good morning, everyone. You don't have to. Oh, man. That will be awesome. Thank you very much for giving that ticket. But clearly the picture was not mine. It was my wife's one. But all the same.
Don't worry, you're a proud man, and that's what we want. So congratulations, buddy. This is absolutely awesome. Total Energies are your best friend right now. So well done, man. Well done.
And I know that Total Energies, they are great with their, you know, the points that you earn through their club points. How do you spend your club points? Do you spoil yourself with a coffee and a muffin at Cafe Bonjour, or how do you spoil yourself?
Please.
I have this with my points. Buy Expresso.
I love you for it. A man of our own heart. So I'm assuming your wife snuck that picture of herself in there just to make sure that she is going to be the one who is going with you. I'm assuming you're going to take her with, eh?
Obviously, man. Obviously, man. A happy wife, a happy home.
Completely. This is crazy. This is a trip of a lifetime for anybody. For a rugby fan, when your country is defending the world title, this is massive. It's so special. What are you most excited about?
Look, we've been looking forward to go to Paris. You know, this will be an opportunity again to explore the area thanks to Total Energies, you know, and to support again. I mean, look, the transformation of our society, you get involved into rugby, soccer, tennis, and all other sports activities, you know. That's a good initiative. I'm looking forward for it.
Oh, well, we are envying. I know Graham would love to join you on this trip. I think let's talk some rugby. Do you perhaps have some score predictions on how South Africa would fare?
You know what? I didn't get you clearly that one. I think my signal is not that good.
I was going to say, we're up against Ireland, which is a pretty tough draw for the match that you're going to be going to. Do you have a score prediction?
You know what? Once I'm there, it's a walk in the path. You know, when we give our boys the support. Don't worry about that.
Enjoy.
Oh, buddy, you've got the right attitude. You seem like an incredible human being, so you and your wife absolutely love it. Enjoy it. You have earned the right. Who would have thought becoming a club member with Total Energies would take you to the World Cup?
And the rewards really don't stop when you're a member. Join the Total Energies Club now by downloading the app or by dialing USSD *120*2683#. You can even hop onto club.totalenergies.co.za. Those details are on your screen right now for you to be able to join today.
Oh, and another massive congratulations to Tsepang, our winner. He's on his way to France, baby!
At Total, everyone gets the VIP treatment. Our Bonjour shop has all you need for your journey, including free Wi-Fi to keep you connected and fresh coffee for the road. And our new Total Energies Club lets you earn cash back with every visit. That's Total Energies.
Oh, yes, I know a lot of jealousy is going around right now, but we are celebrating and in your corner. And don't worry, we're going to keep the holiday travel theme going right now, too. So as we cruise well into August, and it's almost done already, can you believe it? I know many of us are starting to think about the upcoming December holidays. Now, typically holidays are dependent on two things: what we want and what we can afford. Now, in today's Money Matters, I've got some questions for the table about holiday planning and two people that definitely deserve more holidays than we can think of. Zoe and G, of course, for you too, this is something that I hope you think about and also hope you get to exercise. So firstly, when it comes to, let's say, just holidaying in general, are you the type of people that enjoy indulging in the luxuries, or do you keep it like basic wherever you go?
It depends. I think often we do these little weekends away. We love to be in self-catering units. We like the isolation, the privacy that comes with it. And that means you have to cook for yourself, which we prefer. But every now and then we love to spoil ourselves. And then you book accommodation where you then get fed.
Get spurred. Yeah, literally. And they fan.
That's not often.
You get fed, but the bank account doesn't get fed in that example.
Exactly. But these are the rewards that you give yourself. I'm definitely a bit of both. I absolutely love going rustic. I love like getting as close to nature and getting back into that vibe. I can camp quite comfortably, but I'm also not shy of a little 5-star.
Not shy, okay.
Absolutely love
if you had to try to figure this out, right, where would you spend most of your money on a holiday? Would it be accommodation, travel, food, or experiences? Where does most of the money go to?
Experiences, I try and spend as little on accommodation if it's in a place I've never been to before. And the food, I'm savvy. I like to book accommodation that includes breakfast, and then I'll spoil myself with a late lunch, early dinner. It's kind of like a 2-meal kind of travel experience.
That's efficient.
Very good, yeah. You can see you're well-travelled. And it's worth kind of planning properly, because then you can stretch your rands out so much more and still get a bit of both, get a bit of the luxury as well. I think experiences, and obviously for me, that's the main thing. Why you travel is to go and experience new things and meet new people and see new places. So that's the focus. And, I mean, you can do it without eating for an entire day and experience amazing things. I'll never forget my mom taking me to some West End, like a really high-end show, and us sitting eating takeout on the steps outside. All these people in tuxedos walked in to go and watch the show. And I was eating my chips, like, oh, my word. But I got to see one of the best shows in the world as a result of that. So
nice. Let's play in the hypothetical, and I want to see the fire light up in you. If money wasn't an issue.
France. Rugby World Cup.
G first, explain your perfect holiday to me, man. What would it actually be?
It's a difficult one, because I'd love to take my kids overseas for them to experience more. So take them somewhere wondrous. I think, but we are just so in desperate need of chill time. So I'm thinking a balance of both, like a Bali type vibe, where you can have the green spaces, you can have the sea, you can have adventures, but you can also just blow on a beach. Yeah, 100%. So it's a little bit of both, but right now, to be honest, all I want to do is get my kids into the bush. That's all I want to do. So a bit of 5-star luxury in the bush. Boom.
Perfect balance. Right, I'm just checking out tickets right now. What does your perfect holiday look like without money being an issue?
Oh, listen, this is on my bucket list. I want to see giant ice glaciers. So I want to go to Alaska. I want to go on one of those experiences where you can go kayaking in the freezing cold water and you're amongst these giant ice glaciers. It's so random, but that's something that's on my bucket list.
It's so beautiful.
But you get there and you're like, and then?
You go skiing, you have hot chocolate.
Have a sip of water.
Look, I must say, those Scandinavian countries have adventure like you cannot imagine. Think hiking, but putting spikes on
otherworldly.
Think a world on another, just experience altogether. But for that being said, I hope you are geared up. I hope you're hyped up, and maybe even talking about that holiday in December, seeing that it's only like
4 months away.
What? Well, we all definitely, after that conversation, deserve a great holiday. And if we plan in advance, then we can make our dream trip come true. Now, if you are a frequent traveler like Zoe over here, then you'll be super pleased to know that if you sign up for a Nedbank My Goals premium account, you'll get 12 free domestic lounge visits per year. So you can make that trip VIP. So to find out more about all the rewards on offer, just go visit nedbank.co.za and start planning that dream trip. You got this.
Mabel, check this. With a My Goals premium account, you get 12 free airport lounge visits.
12?
Yeah.
God, David, when are you busy planning your next getaway during office hours? Man.
Getting you to still stick around on the Feel Good Breakfast Show right now. We've got so much to look forward to right now. Gents and ladies, what's up? What's happening still?
Well, we have got the incredible duo Alter Ego in studio with us, and they are here to do another performance. And then, of course, we want to make sure you are ready in the kitchen. We're going to have the latest eat-in, ready-made meals that is just all about convenience, but also nourishing those bellies. So we'll take care of you today.
Right, I'll fight you on who gets dibs in the kitchen, and we'll see you right there.
We'll go to France, man.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the
are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 rands worth of Weber Prize. So engage and win with rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us as we reconnect with this incredibly talented duo, alter ego. Justin and Darren, yes, they are brothers and they look very much alike. And they are unbelievably talented. I've had goosebumps pretty much from the second you started sound checking. It's been amazing to hear your original work. To the cover that's coming up next is like mind-blowing. But I've got to ask, because I think it's quite freaky, the relationship when you're this closely connected. Okay, you kind of share a lot of the intuitive side. Does it feel like that? Do you share a brain? And who drives the creative process? Or is it like a two-way flow?
I think it depends. Like, sometimes our process isn't actually like fixed. Sometimes he would start writing something, sometimes I would start writing something, and often we start on the piano and then it goes into, obviously later, into production, but sometimes we mix it up. Like a last single we did that's not out yet, we actually started in the studio, the producer did a beat in the studio, and we started with a melody on top of that, and then lyrics afterwards, so it really, it depends.
It's where the magic is happening.
Yes.
I love doing this to bands that are this closely connected. Who's better at music? Who's the talented musician? I'm joking.
On the show.
But is there ever a power struggle in that sense? Because creatively, there is a lot of fear coming with handing that over to someone else. Like, I want to own my creative space. Do you guys ever tussle, or is it always just like a flow? Or your face is telling me I had...
We always tussle. I mean, that's an understatement, definitely. So, yeah, in the process, but I think it actually grows you because you kind of can judge one another almost before you release it to the public, and you're very hard on one another. So,
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
accountability, I suppose, in a sense.
Exactly.
And look, you are so ridiculously talented. I think all of this other stuff is just redundant when you see you guys perform in your happy place. So get back to the keys, my friend. We're going to let them do what they do best. This one is an absolute anthem. It's a standard, and you are going to love their treatment on this particular ditty called Demons by Imagine Dragons. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Alter Ego.
When the days are cold and the cards all fold and the saints we see are all made of gold. When your dreams all fade and the ones we hate are the worst of all, and our bloods run stale. I wanna hide the truth, I wanna shelter you with the beast inside. There's nowhere we can hide. No matter what we breathe, we still are made of greed. This is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come. When you feel my heat, look into my eyes. It's where my demons hide. It's where my demons hide. Don't get too close. It's dark inside. It's where my demons hide. It's where my demons hide. Sins crawl as the last of all. When the lights fade out, all the sinners crawl. So they dug your grave and they masquerade will come calling out at the mess you made. Don't wanna let you down, but I am hellbound. Though this is all for you, don't wanna hide the truth. No matter what we breathe, we still are made of greed. This is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come. When you feel my heat, look into my eyes. It's where demons hide. It's where my demons hide. Don't get too close. It's dark inside. It's where my demons hide. It's where my demons hide. They say it's what you make. I say it's up to fate. It's woven in my soul. I need to let you go. Your eyes, they shine so bright. I can't escape that light. I can't escape this now unless you show me how. When you feel my heat, look into my eyes. It's where my demons hide. It's where my demons hide. Don't get too close.
It's my feel good.
Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso on S3, and you can spoil yourself and the family with quick, easy, and convenient meal solutions. Woolworths offers a wide selection of eat-in ready-made meals that are fuss-free and ideal to make before load-shedding hits, which I think is an
That's enough to celebrate.
winner. Yeah.
Now here to take us through all of this, of course, is the one and only Chef Clem in the building. Chef, we're talking about convenience. We're talking about all the things that I need in my life right now. So thank you for coming through, bro. How you doing?
So good. How are you doing?
Lekker, man.
It's Monday. But I'm coming through with the colorful news that we're going to turn this Blue Monday into the most colorful, delicious, 7 colors almost Monday.
Okay.
It is all about choice. That's what the eating deal is about. It's about picking your side, picking your main, picking your dessert. And with that option of variety comes saving. So if you pick your side, pick your main, pick your dessert, you save up to 45 Rand when you get the whole deal. So here's the hack, right? Yeah. You get 2 of the deals, okay? And then still kind of cold. Gooi in a woolly soup in there, in between the mix. That's dinner for the week. Sorted.
Oh, that's clever.
Load shedding means nothing because, okay, load shedding means nothing. Your strong words. Load shedding will not impact you as much because everything's been done. The convenience is here for you. It's just the final steps of you kind of heating it up, maybe garnishing it a bit to make it look special. That's what it's about.
I love this. Now, let's talk through some of these combinations you've got in front of us, because we are looking at, you know, our mains, our desserts, as well as our starters.
Cool. Let's start off with the sides. So we got our beautiful roasted tomato salad. Love that. Nice. And then we also have got the garlic potatoes, legendary now. People are coming up with creative ways to serve them. And the butter's in there already. Love that. Onto the mains, you got your chicken roti or roti. We're not starting fights on a Monday.
No.
The macaroni and cheese. And what else we got? Oh, here we go. In the front, we've got the lasagna.
Lasagna, it looks like.
And then the mac and cheese has got the bacon in it.
Oh,
right, cool.
We've got some creamy mac and
Dessert.
cheese.
New to the desserts, we have the camembert with raspberry, like a coulis on top of it. Because at a restaurant, I always go for a savory option for dessert, which would normally be your cheese platter. That's the one. But then, keeping it old school, we got the eclairs, we've got the yogurt. Okay.
Oh, so many delicious options.
So many options. Let's play a game.
Okay.
What about the options?
Game? Okay.
We love games. There you go, Rob.
How does this game work, bro?
The theme for today is where you would most like to enjoy any one of these dishes, okay?
Okay, so...
And you'll see the seasons are changing, so we threw in a few outdoor questions in there as well. So, there's no points. Everybody's a winner. And you know what? Because everyone's a winner, you can pick your own combo at the end.
Okay.
There we go. So, in what setting would you like to enjoy the macaroni and cheese the most? Is it A, indoors, cozied up on the couch with your favorite series? Is it B, outside on the table setting with your friends? Ooh. Because sharing's caring.
I'm actually gonna...
Hey, you know what? Can I just tell you?
No.
You know, your own energy in a blanket is the best thing with mac and cheese.
Cozy. And you don't have to share.
No. You ready for the next one? Where would you prefer to enjoy your dessert? And by the way, which one are you picking?
Ooh, that's a tough
For dessert, are the eclairs?
Okay, you're going for
I'm going
eclairs?
savory. I love that idea. That camembert, with the raspberry and thyme.
Here we go. Would you like to enjoy that in a fancy restaurant on a night out with friends or at a cute picnic with friends?
Oh, yeah.
Picnic.
Yeah.
We should be friends.
Hey,
for
okay.
sure.
Next one, question 3. Question 3 is actually very important because I want to know how people feel about this because I'm on the fence. How would you prefer to enjoy your salad? With your mains or as a starter?
With your mains or as a starter?
A is with your mains, B as a starter.
I'm gonna,
Right? I'm not sure about this.
I don't know, that's a tough one. What did you say?
I said A. I love it with my mains.
Do you take like the mains and then add a little bit of that on the same fork and then mix it all up? Are you one of those eaters?
No, I'll just bounce between the options.
I can't mix. I always have to have everything separate.
Everything
on its
separate.
own. Yeah, man. It's weird.
Everything separate. Okay, I like that. Guess what?
Love this game.
You both are winners! So, let's go. Pick a starter, pick a main, and then pick a side, pick a main, and pick a dessert.
Okay.
So what do you do?
And then you lick it, and then you can't give it back. You can't give it back.
My germs.
I feel like you pick first.
Okay, so we definitely already chosen the desserts, right? So I'm already going to go with the camembert and the raspberry with thyme. So that's mine. Thank you very much.
There we go. What main would you like?
These are all so good.
Tell the truth, I know what you want.
I'm probably going to go I want you all the way to my heart, Clem.
I mean, I don't mind the mac and cheese. Love a good old mac and cheese with bacon.
With bacon? There we go. There we go. Worth making. And then I like the fact, again, that you play around with your sides. So maybe you could even share some of the salad and some of the potatoes. Sharing's caring.
This is perfect.
I love this. Maybe we could make this a competition and say, whose event would you now want to come to after we've chosen the
Good question. Good
I know
question.
that's probably still going to win, but I don't know. Anyone's a winner here. Everyone's a winner.
If there was one night that Raul and Zoe hosted 2 separate pop-ups, whose restaurant would you go to? We're opening up the phone lines right now. The number 064. I would love to hear whose restaurant we'd go to.
I don't know, but Chef Graham, thank you for coming through. I think that just solves it. Literally taking the thinking out of cooking with these eat-in ready-made meal solutions from Woolworths. So thank you so much. And on top of this, you can enjoy a selected main, a side, and a dessert. And on top of that, you will save up to 45 Rand when you buy the full meal. So don't forget, this offer is valid until the 20th of August. It's available at all selected stores while stocks last. And all you got to do is vote for the best. Whose restaurant you go to? Only joking. Thanks, Clem.
Crouch, touch, but don't you dare pause. Because when you buy any of our favorite Clover products, keep the till slip handy and catch the Expresso Breakfast Show every weekday morning for more details on how to enter. While the box are battling for rugby's greatest prize, you can win your share of 80,000 Rands worth of Weber Braais. So engage and win with rugby's greatest moments, brought to you with love by Clover.
It's my feel good.
Wow, we're on TV, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
We've been on TV this whole time. Sorry, man. Sorry. I don't think anything will make your heart race like minding your own business, doing something peacefully, and then having some guy or something interrupt your peace by a random scream or shout.
Well, clearly that is what's going on right now. So let's look at today's Lach of the Day.
It's another Lach. Oh, I'm going to do that to people all... No, don't do that in South Africa. By anyone. Oh, I love that. That has made my day. Let's see if we can make yours. These guys have been amazing all day. Time to inject a little more into the ball.
Come on, guy. Pop playing it.
Okay, let's get some real talent in here and sing our way out of the show. That
worked.
To be loved by anyone.
Oh, listen, we are ready for that. I have to ask, Justin, Darren, if someone had to do that in front of you, how would you react?
Dance like that.
If they just had to randomly, you would join the dancing?
I can't dance like that.
Oh, well, listen, it's been incredible having the two of you on the show. They are Alter Ego. If you've just missed them, they are super talented and they are Afrikaans music band. And in celebration of Women's Month, I thought, why not ask the two of you, are there any females in your life that plays a big pivotal role?
Yeah, definitely. I think there are so many. My mom, for instance, she's always there to support us. I have a very privileged to have a very nice girlfriend at the moment. That's not the best way to say it, but that's why we wrote this new single that's out. But I think just all over, there are so many inspiring women in our lives that are there to support us. So I don't know if you want to add on to that.
Yeah, I'm looking for that specific woman that inspires me that's my age.
Yeah. Put it out there.
Yeah. So, but for me also, like, also my mom, definitely a big supporter and fan of our music as well, which helps. And also, like, a lot of people, women that inspire me, so yeah.
There we go. Well, listen, let's talk about this brand new single, Jy's Lief vir My. What is it all about? Who wrote it? It was a collective.
Yeah, everything we write together. He actually started on this one, specifically about his current girlfriend.
Yeah, we already gave it away that I'm in a relationship, unfortunately, but not unfortunately, but so. Yeah, she actually was like continuously nagged that I have to write something for her, and I just thought that these words came up in my head where jy's lief vir my, ek kan dit sien in jou oë, ek weet jy sê dit nie, hoekom voel dit so? And she always, just the way she looks at me, yeah, that inspired me to write a song like this. So he came in.
So I heard him like putting down the lyrics in the chorus, and I could like feel what he's after. Yeah. And that feeling like when you're in love with someone at first and you don't want to admit it, but you can feel there's something.
No one wants to talk about it, but we know it's there. It's there, but you don't want to put a label on it just yet.
Yes.
Oh, well, listen, we are so excited. You're going to finish off our show for us, and what a fantastic way to kickstart this Monday for a final performance on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Here is Alter Ego, Jy's Lief vir My.
Wegdroom in 'n storm, in 'n wêreld wat mal is. Net 'n pen op 'n surfet, is dit wat alles begin het. Sonneblom uit die sonsak, my juffrou, toe vind ek jou weer. Kom ons kom maar weer, dat die ster ons stelsels bekeer. Weet jy's lief vir my, ek kan dit sien in jou oor. Weet jy sê dit nie, hoekom voel dit so? Ek weet jy's lief vir my, ek kan dit sien in jou oor. Weet jy sê dit nie, hoekom voel dit so? 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 Jy was ver as 'n glimlach, maar ek dink dit is 'n droom. Onder die maan as die son sak, dan mis ek myself in jou oor. Endorfine voel jy doorsien, vir die donker het is lê my neer. Ek mis jou, ek sweer, ek kan nie bid want ek weet ons is meer. Ek weet jy's lief vir my, ek kan dit sien in jou oor. Weet jy sê dit nie, hoekom voel dit so? Ek weet jy's lief vir my, ek kan dit sien in jou oor. Weet jy sê dit nie, hoekom voel dit so? Hoekom voel dit so? Hoekom voel dit so? Hoekom voel dit so?
like Expresso. Hier is ons attempt om te dans.
Weet jy stiek vir my, ek kan het sien in jou oog, weet jy sê dit nie. Weet jy stiek vir my, ek kan het sien in jou oog, weet jy sê dit nie. Hoekom voel het so, hoekom voel het so, hoekom voel het so. Hoekom voel het so, hoekom voel het so.
Justin, we love you guys. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for playing along this morning. Loved the music, loved having you here. It's Alter Ego, two young men to watch. They are on a stellar path. So thank you so much, friends. Give them one last round of applause. Love you guys.
Can you take a bow?
So good looking.
Oh, listen, what an incredible show. Congratulations to our newly crowned Miss South Africa 2023, Natasha. You bad. You are phenomenal, and we can't wait to see how this journey is going to unfold for you.
Definitely can't. Look, Monday was a spectacular one. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking around and obviously using all the energy you have to serve it all the way throughout this week. So have fun with it, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. And we'll see you there.
Yep. And never forget, not for a second, how much we absolutely love you and appreciate you. We'll see you to do it all over again tomorrow. Adios. Stay safe. Mwah.
Another feel-good production.
Oh, yes, we are live. Welcome back to it. I know that those that are joining us from Facebook and YouTube have enjoyed all of the show already. For those that are popping from our live and joining us right now, hello, welcome again. And for those that have just joined, what's happening? Happy Monday to you all. What a morning we've had, being entertained by so much, and especially this duo over here, Alt Ego, have been doing the absolute most, giving us entertainment, giving us insight into the magic, and also just feel around good vibes. Gents, how's it been for you out here, live TV, performing in front of Mzansi? What's that feeling been like?
Oh, it's great. I must say this whole studio is so impressive. Everyone here is so professional. Can't believe it.
From a musician's point of view, I think this is the best experience we've had for live. Yeah, so it's really been super great.
And all those days back to you guys playing on the piano and making jokes about singing and actually doing it, did you ever really think you'd end up in a space like this?
No, obviously, I think you dream about it, but you don't really think it's a reality. I think
it's not like a real objective of yours. It's just like, yeah, that would be nice, but it's not even an option.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Look, I know with the comments that have come through, especially after sharing that new single with us as well, people are being crazy. They've been loving you. Let's talk about where people can get more of you. I know we spoke about it briefly on the show, but plug us in hard now. Obviously, we can follow you on socials, download your music, but where you're performing, what can we look forward to? And the real groupies that want every single event that are going to follow you in that car, how do they do it?
I think the easiest is just to follow us on social media. So you can search Alter Ego Band. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever you use. And then we post all our live shows and everything on there, so you'll be up to date and know where to go. Okay, and yeah, so I think, and also everything is on Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube. We've actually got a music video for that song that just played.
Yeah,
so
we have a few music videos, so you can, like on all the platforms, whatever you want to use, just go and check it out.
There you go, yeah.
Lekker. So let's talk about something pretty special right now. And Mzansi, well, congratulations to all of you that are joining us, because you're getting a little Easter egg, something absolutely spectacular. The song you're about to perform hasn't been released yet at all, so this is like a major exclusive. Let's call it a little preview of what to expect from, I think, this entire year for you guys. It's not even done yet. I think there's so much more to come, but maybe we can get some feedback from you, Mzansi, what you think of this unreleased song, any tips, any pointers before they produce it and release it to the entire world, but you getting something very special right now. Let's talk about this. What's the name of the song, the inspiration and the idea behind it?
Yeah, so to be honest, I didn't think we'd even perform it yet. So when you guys said the fourth, let's do it. Let's do it.
Just so you know, like sometimes obviously we guarantee 3 songs. We just approach them like, do you guys have another song for us? We want to go live, and they're like, yeah, okay, we can try. So this is the one you chose, yeah?
So this song isn't out yet. It's probably kind of weird to do it when it's not out yet, but I don't know. Maybe you guys give us your feedback. And so it's probably going to release maybe even at the start of next year. So you're getting a super early preview, and you can be part of the process and give us your feedback, and then we can consider it. So
I love this. Thank you for including us, Mzansi, in this journey as this thing goes to its actual fruition and launch. But I think right now, one last time, the stage is yours. Make it your own. Celebrate all your talent and have fun with this one. This is Liefde by die Dam.
Staan hier met glimlach. Jy sê vir my wat my vashou is swaartekrag. 7 jaar sal ek hier staan en vir jou wag. Net so ek eendag jy weer 'n keer hier sien staan en glimlach. Ons is meer as 'n gedagte, droom in die nag, 'n magneet op verkrag, weet waar die toekoms verwag. Sal jy hier bly en steeds lief wil wees vir my, voel 'n vonk, jy's die vlam, dis liefde by die dag. Met eerste omslag, in jou oë blik onskuldig dink, asof jy maar nou weer 'n keer myself beheer voor ek sondag. Ek sal vir jou myself blameer as ek jou nie weer sien glimlach nie. Ons is 'n gedagte, droom in die nag, 'n magneet op verkrag, weet waar die toekoms verwag. Sal jy hier bly en steeds lief wil wees vir my, voel 'n vonk, jy's die vlam, dis liefde by die dag. Terwyl ons hier in die bridges net 'n disclaimer ons sing, voel 'n vonk met 'n ons vloek nie op die TV nie. Ons is meer as 'n gedagte, droom in die nag, 'n magneet op verkrag, weet waar die toekoms verwag. Jy hier bly en steeds lief wil wees vir my, voel 'n vonk, jy's die vlam, dis
Dankie, Expresso. Ons is alter ego, dit was lekker geweest.
Yeah. That's how we do it. Absolutely love it, gents. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. That is going to blow up. I'm telling you right now, South Africa's going to love that. That was exceptional. I hope you enjoyed that, Mzansi. And just again, gents, thank you so much for sharing your talent, for pursuing it, perfecting it, and sharing everything with Mzansi right now. I think you're definitely inspiring a lot of young talent out there. And I feel like this is just the beginning for you all, eh?
Thank you.
Quick question. I know this is something that we like to do. It always prophesizes and comes into existence. In the future, there's always this potential to collab with artists and work with great people. Is that something you have in your mind? And if so, who are the top ones you'd love to perform with? And be careful, because this stuff comes to life, yeah?
Well,
Who'd you love to work with?
I think in the Afrikaans industry, I definitely say Die was fantastisch and Spoeg Wolf.
Oh yeah, they're huge. I've actually worked with them recently. They are incredible, yeah?
And another artist, she's actually quite young, but I really enjoy her music and her vibe. I think Margot Rothman has got quite a cool vibe, so I think it would be also quite a cool collab.
Well, it's not a matter of hope, it's a matter of time, and we'll see you there, gents. Don't forget us when you're all on the red carpet earning those awards. But Mzansi, that's your Monday edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I hope you enjoyed it. Compliments of these two incredible souls. Go find them online. Alt Ego are here to do the absolute most when it comes to celebrating and using their talent, and you're going